Wake up, gamers, because you're listening to the Big Think Dimension with Noel, Slamrocket, and Bob Video Games. Bob, the moon baby is dirty. We must clean the moon baby.
No, we can't.
No, it's
impossible.
okay. She eat the baking soda. Chris Wolfhard.
It's not even a rare game anymore.
Dr. Aggro.
But these are so fun to collect.
Here on GigaBoots.
You think Captain will like that one? No. He
Yes,
won't.
child. I believe Kevin would love that you've bought into his horrible gotcha machine.
Yeah.
I believe Cabin will be fucking elated to find out that you have had the cloth pulled over your eyes. Poor Moonchild. She doesn't even know. Whoa. Oh. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Big Think Dimension number 369.
Roku Nana.
Roku. Wait, that's... That's a different number.
Yeah.
We should just name this one nice.
Yeah.
Why did we even try?
I don't know.
So, got a funny story
Oh, yeah?
about GameStop.
Oh.
Oh, no.
So I went to GameStop last Friday to pick up Pragmata.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm checking it. I'd prepaid for it already. They're like, do you want the warranty? And I go, no.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, it would be free. And I go, no.
Okay.
And I took it because they genuinely looked like they might cry at me saying, I don't even want it if it's free.
It is the most useless thing.
Yeah,
And I
Blu-ray
can't believe
discs,
they've got away with selling it for this long.
I can't believe, like, it made some degree of sense for 360 games and earlier, because those can get damaged. A Blu-ray disc broadly can't.
Yeah, you have to do
Like,
specific
unless you're
shit
really
to fuck that up.
Like, and it doesn't spin outside, like, it doesn't spin outside of installing,
Right.
so it doesn't get all scratched up the way old DVD-based games did. So it's just like, you're just paying $5 for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Or in my case, nothing for nothing.
It's one of those things where it only made sense if you had a destructive child. And you knew that they would just take it out and literally step on it until it broke. Which I had a couple customers that were like that. But that is not normal.
I mean, I'm there to get the game with the destructive child who will put the Blu-ray in her mouth. She should have done that once. She should have stuck a Blu-ray in her mouth and it spun.
Just have to lick it all the way around.
I did like her hitting the upgrades like a jewel pod.
Mm-hmm.
We all played Pragmata.
It's true.
I think you could assume some pretty obvious things from that fact. But if not, I'm not here to tell you. I'm not here to ruin an Easter surprise. I'm not here to tell you what's in your birthday box. But yeah, we all
Anything
played
could release on Monday. We just don't even know. No one knows.
No one knows. It's probably another Star Wars Episode 9 review.
I was just going to make that joke. I wouldn't put it past us to do that.
That's fair. I've met us.
Yeah.
Something hive ability and scum. Yeah, we all got Pragment. I played it on PC. This is like my first video game I played through with path tracing. Because, oh my god, I don't like Cyberpunk.
That changed your entire perspective on...
Yeah, changed your whole opinion
graphic,
on path tracing, right?
My 4090 can get like at 1440p technically. Well, actually, it's okay. So I was doing performance DLSS, which I think is a 4th resolution, but I would have to look it up. in 4K path tracing, and in the smaller environments, it would get 70, 60 frames per second. And then I would go out to the, like in the old ass trailer, you see the big city that's kind of New Yorkish. It's shit. It's just shit once I got out there. And it's like, oh fuck. And the funny thing is my CPU's asleep. My CPU's like, I don't give a fuck. You do whatever, GPU. GPU's like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. I'm just gonna fucking die. It's so good. The path tracing, I don't know. It looks nice. I think the more important thing than the path tracing is how good her hair looks. And it looks good on like the Pro, and it looks good on like on PC. They have 3 settings, and I don't know which one PS5 normally uses, but it looks really good. Period. She got good hair. I'm glad hair technology is fucking being solved. You know, that's what matters. And that way, my beautiful Moonchild has beautiful hair. That's important. Yeah, we don't talk about the Switch 2 hair. That's rude.
Oh yeah, I forgot that game's also on Switch too.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
I'm sure that's an ideal way to play it.
It's a way to play it, and it looks better than the Series S. Reminder, everyone, the Switch 2 costs only $50 more than the Series S in modern year. How did we end up here? That's insane.
Well, you see, many years ago, a housekeeper looked at Sam Altman in his crib, and she thought that's the Antichrist. But she was too scared to do anything about it, so now here we are.
What can you do?
What can you do? That's crazy. Yeah, it's just fucking wild because the Series S is almost like 5.5. It's 5.5 years old. No one really wants it. Xbox is a dead platform, and somehow it's $400. And the fucking Switch 2 is $450.
Well, look, if we're not gonna sell anything, we might as well make money not selling anything.
Solid logic.
Okay. Sure. But yeah, no, Pragmata is a good game. It's a good time. You might even be able to hear us talk about having a good time with that good game at some point, sometime soon. That game's $60. What the fuck?
Right? That's ludicrous.
That's why I bought it.
It feels like everybody is now learning.
It does feel like we have news stories today that revolve around, hey, maybe 60 was a good price. Maybe 70 doesn't work.
Like the only people who aren't gonna learn are Ubisoft. No, even they're learning. So it's just Sony. It is only Sony
and Activision,
and
I assume,
and Microsoft by extension. But I think even they'll start to learn on everything but Call of Duty.
Yeah, for the longest time, we're like 70 is too many dollars. That's too many dollars. That's too many dollars.
$60 is $50 and $70 is $100.
It is. It really is.
And then Nintendo spends less than a full year with the Switch 2 on the market, and they're like, oh, hey, guess what we just found out about $70? And I'm like, we could have told you that for free.
Yeah, you thought that things would sell as good as Zelda? The newest Zelda game would be your bar for an understanding of $70 worth.
We thought the second Zelda game in a row to be an insane watershed moment for mechanics in video games would be a normal metric by which all of our video games ever would sell. Hey, here's a fun comparison point. Pragmata costs $10 less than Metroid Prime 4.
Man, they sure fucking that game sure hosed.
Yeah, Costco just put Metroid Prime 4 and a few other Nintendo games on sale for $30. 30.
Damn.
Yeah.
They gotta move that shit. Shit don't move at 70.
God bless brick and mortar.
Which is why people are like, digital's the future. And I'm like, you literally have no understanding of how the world works.
The future is one company having a monopoly.
Yeah,
the digital is the future shit always pissed me off because, like, the tone that journalists and analysts always have about it is like, you might complain about digital, being everything, but that's what consumers are choosing. I'm like, are we ignoring the vested interest and significant pushing every platform is doing to de-incentivize physical purchases and incentivize digital ones? Are we just gonna pretend this is a purely market forces, not manipulated in any way by the powers that be that stand to benefit from it? Or are we just gonna completely ignore that? Okay, good to know. I'm muting you now.
Even if we completely ignore that, it's like consumers are increasingly choosing digital. I'm like, yeah, because they're lazy. People choose shit that's bad for them because they're lazy all the fucking time. It's kind of why America is the way it is. Bruh. Yeah, no, physical games existing in a space and the demand for them going down and their ability to leave the low demand spots to go to higher demand spots is a very important part of the ecosystem of video games ever being affordable for fucking anyone. So yes,
I feel like once Sony started doing their custom pricing, we should have been allowed to burn every single person who talked about how inevitable and how good it would be for us actually at the stake.
Yeah, the thought that prices would go down if we just all went digital and they were being kept up by retail is insane.
Jesus. Yeah. No, we have to let the company do what they want because that will make prices go down. What's that?
Never.
Why, yes, I was born yesterday.
You're very verbose for a 1-day-old.
The trick is to just talk without actually thinking about what you're saying.
So you're a journalist?
Well, no, that would require me to write it down. I'm just some asshole on the internet.
So you're a YouTuber?
Well, I'd like to consider myself an analyst.
So you're a streamer? Anyway, I dragged my feet too much on Pragmata. As people found out from our collab last Friday, Sheepy Hime was visiting us over here in Food Town. So we spent a week straight eating food and hanging out and stuff. And I slept a little bit on getting a good deal on Pragmata. So I ended up getting Pragmata on PC for $3 cheaper than the normal version for the deluxe version. Whoa, $57, the savings, incredible. And I had to shove it down my throat, which was great. That game felt great going down. Let me tell you, real smooth. That's a delightful fucking video game full of really great mechanics and ideas and a cute little girl. And so I'm going to go ahead and call it now Game of the Year. They don't even get to vote. These three, they don't get to vote. That's the Game of the Year. I'm telling you now. You're welcome. Bob, did you see that Tomodachi Life clip someone put up on Blue Sky where they made cigarettes for Solid Snake? And then Otacon picked up the cigarettes and handed it to Solid Snake. And Solid Snake's like, Otacon looks so cute holding those cigarettes.
Jesus.
That game seems great.
I've mostly seen people like make the most ridiculous, like draw the most ridiculous objects to be food items. So it's just like somebody being handed a Gundam model and just eating it.
That's awesome.
I've seen various people describe that game as writing boobs into a calculator.
Yes. That's accurate.
Everything I've seen kind of lines up with that.
Yeah. No, it's great. We've had some pretty good games so far this year. But you know, sorry to announce here several months in advance. It's Pragmata. You can all calm down. Name another game with a cute space girl.
There's always a chance Onimusha has a hidden cute space girl.
And Saros. Onimusha and Saros could both have cute space girls. We don't know.
There could be artists and programmers crunching as we speak up to the last minute.
They're patching it in.
I'm confident in saying no to Saros. Princess Kaguya could always be an Onimusha. That could entirely be there.
Mm-hmm.
What do we want to talk about here? Because I already talked about Path Tracing shitting itself, me getting the deluxe edition, which apparently gave me the cat outfit or something.
Yeah, you did. You got to play through the game with Hugh in the cat outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great.
Yeah,
I didn't have that.
I
just had the weird Oni samurai outfit, which was funny.
I'm sorry.
I had her in the Jehuti coat.
Let me show chat in case they haven't seen it. I think it's important to see. I guess this is why you get the deluxe edition. I guess this specifically. If this doesn't just sell you on the deluxe edition, more importantly, if this doesn't make you go, I need that game, I don't know what will. I don't know what you even want in a video game if this isn't it. I just don't fucking understand.
Yeah.
You get to hang so many of her pictures on the fridge. It's incredible.
It's so good.
I saw that in game and thought, wow, like you see the knife coming. That doesn't stop it from going in your belly.
It's so cute. Man, that game looks crazy fucking good. Good lord. God. Yeah, again, we talk about this elsewhere. I'm trying to think of what can we talk about for people who, are still working their way through the game. I will say that even compared to the demo, the hacking mechanic gets insanely multi-layered with a lot of cool choices you can make to take on enemies in very, very different ways, and that's incredible.
Yeah, between that and the rest of combat, I kept thinking of that quote I keep forgetting to attribute correctly because I don't remember who said it, of a video game is a player making a series of meaningful choices.
Sid Meier.
And that is what that game is.
Yep. Bob, you got anything?
Yeah, you're just saying choices actually matter and you can affect your build. That's crazy.
Imagine if instead it was like, you get a 1% chance on a quick dodge for Diana to smile. And I'd be like, I'm going to do it every time. This is the only skill I'm upgrading.
We talk a little bit about it in other content, but it was interesting going back and watching that original reveal trailer and how different it is from the final game. There's like not even a unit on the back of Hugh for
no, he
Diana
doesn't have the
on.
foot standing.
Yeah, she sits on the swing arm briefcase that no longer exists because that mechanic was modified.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It also, we bring it up in that, but it sure is great to have a game that was delayed a bunch of times and looks different from its announcement trailer and isn't a giant disappointment. Is in fact good.
Yeah, in fact, if you weren't told that it was, revealed with like a much different conceit, seemingly, you'd never know. It doesn't feel like something that was broken to pieces and they had to staple it into a shippable state.
Right.
In fact, if no one told you this game was delayed a bunch and took almost 6 whole years since its announcement to come out, you wouldn't know. It doesn't reek of it when you play it at all. Pragmata is a pretty cool video game.
It's basically the most complete game I've played in forever at launch. Like,
and it's $60 instead of $7. Yeah. We were told that the $70 price point would allow for these games with bigger scopes to be better, and it's like, no.
Yeah, no.
But Bob, Resident Evil 9
that
just
was
came
never
out. That was $70. What are you trying to say about Resident Evil 9?
The game they already said we have new modes coming in a few months. And then we're also going to ask you to pay for new story mode.
Hey, give us some money and you can have more of Leon because we didn't give you nearly enough in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Chris.
I just, like Noel was saying earlier about, $70 will let these games be better. I feel like we got that take for 6 months. And then they were like, no, we can't afford them to have heightened expectations. They need to be pounded into accepting $70 is required for the industry to exist. And then everybody went, bet, and then stopped buying those games at $70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you hear a corporation say, give us more money and we will return commensurate value and just believe that on its face.
Probably because you're a game journalist. And you just buy whatever they say. God.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. Oh. Anyway, Pokemon is great. It's really great. It's full of a lot of great moments. That gameplay is so unbelievably engaging. They made a really brilliant fucking game.
Yeah, it's not often we get to have a game come out that's like, this play is like literally nothing else.
Right, yeah.
And yet pulls so many things from so many things so well.
So well. Okay. Well, then we're going to move on. Bob.
Yeah.
Sheepy Hime joined us as we played Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex on Xbox, but then Metal Paper Mario showed up in the first few seconds. It was like, well, what if, hear me out, you immediately switch to the terrible GameCube version? I'm like, I thought we would see any of the good version first.
Yep.
The Wrath of Cortex on GameCube might be the single worst port of a game to the GameCube fucking ever. We're talking broken graphics, horrible performance. We're talking 15 frames per second at some point. It's crazy. I've never seen it this rough before.
Yeah, for a system that's supposed to be like one of the most powerful of that jet, it's like, what happened?
Yeah, it's one of the most balanced. Like, I've heard people who are like really high up engineers, hardware-wise, at companies right now, who have praised the architecture of the GameCube. But as it turns out, if you make a thing specifically for the PS2 and then don't give a single shit when you port it, it can run like absolute ass. There can be nothing impressive happening on screen and you'll hit 15 frames per second. That's how that fucking game is. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, and then so many different graphics, like effects, just don't work at all. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah, what was it? They broke the ability to darken. They broke the ability to darken environments on the GameCube so you could just see through an entire hallway, and we didn't know it was supposed to be dark until we got back to Xbox.
Yeah, then it's like, oh, you have a flashlight and you like only see what's in front of you. It's like, that wasn't even a mechanic.
No, that mechanic's just deleted.
Yes.
Oh, man, it's wild. And to add to my personal misery, and no one else gives a shit, Crash Warped is my favorite Crash Bandicoot game. This game originally was going to have ambition, as I've been told. This game was originally going to have ambition and be big, and then Mark Cerny left the project, because for people who don't know, Naughty Dog was making Crash, Mark Cerny was over it, he was working with Universal, and then eventually he ends up going over to Sony with his own Mark Cerny Games company, and overseeing, Jack and Ratchet and all of those. But it was going to be open world, or it was going to be very, very big and open. And then they went, scratch that. Mark's gone now. Make an HD version, even though it wasn't even HD yet. Make a PS2 version of Crash Warped. And then part of the way through that development, they said, never mind. It's a new game. So the game just is cynically Crash Warp Core in a way where like Crash 1, 2, and 3 are very different games. And then this one's just Skinwalker Crash Warped. And then it's not great to begin with. And then on top of that, the GameCube version runs like absolute fucking shit. Bob, how big a fan are you of the hugest innovation of Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex, the ball level?
I thought you were going to say sneaking.
Okay.
The ball level was fine, I guess. The rest of the game is really bad, so just stripping out every other mechanic and being like, roll the ball, I was surprisingly okay with.
Yeah, like, you know what? Sure, that's great. How's the submarine, Bob? Did you enjoy the
I don't
submarine?
want to talk about the submarine.
Again, there are so many things in this where they're slavishly faithful to Crash Warped in a way where even me, as a giant fan of Crash Warped, is like, why didn't you fucking change that? For example, when you go to save in this game, you have to walk up and just like a pose in front of the monitor for multiple seconds before it realizes what you want. It's like
McDonald's.
right, yeah, exactly. It's fucking insane. And then the new ability, like Bob was talking about, is to sneak. And the reason you use the sneak ability is so Nitro doesn't explode under your feet. And you use it maybe twice in the game.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, it's basically not in the game.
Uh-huh.
It's hilarious because I think you have to be walking while using it. You can't stop while sneaking. If you stop while sneaking, you would just explode instantly because you're on Nitro.
Yeah, if you jump, you die. It explodes.
Mm-hmm.
You can't possibly sneak onto it and then jump. That's impossible. That will, in fact, kill you.
Those underwater levels were like a nightmare version of Earthworm Jim underwater levels. They were somehow worse.
It actually really upsets me that anything in a Crash Bandicoot game would get compared to Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
It's really upsetting. That game, Earthworm Jim, is a game that is just made of pure negligence and evil. So to hear like, oh, this Crash game is like that is really, it's really sad to me. Yeah, it was a great stream. I loved having Sheepy on for it. It was very funny. We sure did beat that game twice.
Yeah, and going in, you were like, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour game. It's fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And we probably won't have to switch. So at most, what is that? Like 3-4 hours? It'll be fine. And then we switched a lot. And one of these versions might actually run in slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, remember that boss? The one that was like a transparency ghost man because they couldn't get the shader to work on the GameCube? That was cool. It was really cool how many things just don't work at all on GameCube.
It's wild how that boss on either version was an insane difficulty spike that nothing else got close to.
Yes.
It's like the second boss in the game is like the hardest thing in the game you could imagine.
It is.
Be perfect.
It's fucking wild. I think that was harder than the final boss fight.
Why am
I saying I think? We went there. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It is harder than the final boss fight. It's harder than anything. And then the boss fight after him was just some simple run down this hallway, then run back, then hit the guy.
Right?
God, what a weird fight that was. So, okay. In Crash Warp, there is a whole cast of characters. And each world, you fight a new character, and they have like a whole quirk with them. And like they have things they do and they're into. In this, you fight the same guy every world, but he has a different elemental mask.
It's so weird because even like the game opens with all the old villains, just like, oh man, we're still here and we still want Crash. And then you just fight this one guy over and over.
Over and over and over again. And so when the boss fight after the one we were talking about, the one that's, you know, fucking insanely easy. The dude, I shit you not, is like, I'm a fire elemental. Chase me down this hallway and spray me in the ass. Like, that's the whole thing. So that's, you're just chasing after him with your, imagine the mech from Alien.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it Aliens? I think
it's Aliens.
It's Aliens?
With the S, yes.
Okay, sorry. The Discord stuff cut it off a little. But you have like a super soaker on it, so you're just power walking your way down a fucking hallway after this guy and spraying him on the butt once.
And then the whole thing is just they want to make it the Crash run away from a thing level, but is a boss fight. So he chases you back down the same little strip of land. You get the back, you chase it back down the same little strip of land, and then it repeats.
But once you're past the first successful run, he pulls out his new technology, pooping. He just drops a fire rock under his cheeks. Sometimes he throws it. Once you get to the third wave, he throws it. It's terrible. Anyway, I wanted to show our co-hosts and for the people watching at home just how broken this is. Okay, so here's the boss on GameCube, okay? See how he's a weird faint silhouette and the mask is in the middle of him?
Right.
This is how he's supposed to look. he's supposed to have a full 3D shader like the invisible cloak in so many video games.
Yeah.
Oh my.
It's a little different.
Makes it a little harder to see him.
It makes it just a little hard to read what the fuck he's doing when you can't see any depth on him at all. Wow. Yeah, no, I feel like this, it's true. It also affects the water. So they have these plane levels where you're supposed to have like cool wave effects. And instead, they just put like PS1 tier water texture that loops nonstop on the water. What an embarrassing video game. I genuinely feel bad for anyone who only grew up with a GameCube. Seeing so many of these GameCube games just look like ass and run like shit. And that's on top of the fact they have so much more limited library. I think it's literally
like a ton of stuff didn't come there at all.
Yeah. I think they literally have, like, the GameCube literally has 1/10 as many games as the PS2. Total number of PS2 games, 10,987. Oh. Total number of GameCube games. Would you look at that? It is, in fact, 6%. It is 651 versus 10,987.
Well, surely that's around how many games Xbox had, right?
There's got to be a smaller number. I'm going to go find a different number. There's got to be a smaller number. It can't be. Okay, one moment. I'm seeing another website say there are only 4,218. So, that's still a massive fucking difference.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. So
I
yeah,
think it was during the stream that I was like, had the realization of, I think the Xbox had a better library. That's messed up.
I actually do feel that way. I feel like you probably got more out of being an Xbox only kid than you did being a GameCube only kid. Also, people will think you're real quirky. They'll be like, she's kind of cute. She's real quirky. She cares immensely about this game called Malice that I don't even think is real. She says Argonaut Software made it. I don't believe her.
Malice and you plays a character who's a mallet? That's just a typo. That can't be right.
Yeah, you meant to name your game Mallets. That's not... Xbox is full of fake game. Yeah, like Nude. That's my favorite Xbox exclusive name because it's just the dumbest shit in the world.
Right. It didn't come to America, did it?
No.
Okay, I didn't think they'd let them get away with that.
That's just one of those hot Japanese Xbox exclusive. Yeah, when you look at the total number of Xbox games, there are 989. That's hundreds more than the GameCube.
Jesus.
That's so sad. Bro, you're losing to the Xbox original. And the thing is, like, a lot of these games that are multi-plat are just a way better experience there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, at least Xbox has the right number of buttons, even if the controller's not good.
Uh-huh. No, it's true. On paper, it has the right number of buttons, I think, completely. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think that's right. GameCube doesn't.
No.
You can't click either stick on the GameCube. You're missing a shoulder button because you're missing L1.
For some reason, I've never understood that one. That always was bizarre.
You're also missing the select button. There are so many buttons you're just missing on a GameCube controller. GameCube had Super Mario Wahoo, though. Well, the Xbox had a thing called Blinks the Time Sweeper. Who's winning now, chumps?
It has 2 Blinks games.
I mean, it does, but...
Oh sure, you don't want to talk about the second one, but still.
Please don't make me think, would I rather play Blinks 2 or Super Mario Sunshine?
God.
That is true that the Harvest Moon game on the GameCube is not on the Xbox because Harvest Moon is gay and girly and the Xbox is cool and manly.
Mm.
The Xbox
they
has
have cool games like Kabuki Warrior.
The Xbox has cool games like the Guy game, which apparently is illegal to own.
Oh.
Can you guess why?
Oh no.
Yeah, because it's like
Oh my god.
it's like they have the Girls Gone Wild type footage, but one of them is 17, so you're not allowed to sell it. Girls Gone Wild just censors it, and they can get away with that usually. I don't even know if they still do Games Gone Wild, Girls Gone Wild tapes. I assume the internet killed that forever.
I assume the internet killed that. I assume as a brand, it's just dead. And here's the good news, chat. Apparently on Xbox, you're going to get all those Harry Potter games. I think it has all of them. We got Chamber of Secrets, Goblet of Fire, Philosopher's Stone, or perhaps Sorcerer's Stone, Prisoner of Azkaban, and Quidditch World Cup. So you're fine. You got your Harry Potter. If you're doing an Xbox challenge, you also have to climb through the pit of nails.
There are some pits we don't need to enter.
Also, Xbox has that great port of Half-Life 2. What is
that? Was surprisly competent.
Yeah, what's
like,
the
that was
GameCube's answer to that? You know, we didn't talk about that enough while we were talking about it on Big Think about how the auto aim and like various things about it were way better than you would expect.
Right, like that was very playable. Like getting through that was actually no trouble. It ran bad sometimes, but the auto aim was so excessive. It was doable.
Hey, Bob. I brought up with you before, my friend Masami_TV is going to have to beat Hunter the Reckoning for the GameCube challenge, right?
Good.
So you
Yes.
now that you understand the score of these GameCube ports run like shit and look like shit, you understand
that on Xbox. What's it gonna do?
You understand the moral imperative we have to stream a good version of it in advance of like, here's the Xbox Series X running this game perfectly in 4K.
Yeah, do we have a release window for the new one yet?
I think it's next year.
Okay.
Hunter the Reckoning. Is the subtitle Death Wish? It's Q3 next year. Hunter the Reckoning Death Wish. All one word, of course.
Of course.
Death Wish. Very good. Very good.
That's pretty far off. Maybe we need to stream it earlier than that.
Yeah. I don't know. If we promise then,
you
we
should
might be lucky
you should
and
do
one of us dies.
You should do a flop swap between that and Hunted the Demon Forge.
Then you'll never learn which one's which. You'll drag our entire audience into this mind prison of yours.
Didn't we have? We were joking about doing it with like 3 different games. I can't remember what the third one would be though. I could have sworn there was at least one more that was in the same vein.
Obviously, we do Hunter the Reckoning and then the Buffy game.
My God.
Oh man. I'm very excited for us inevitably having to stream Hunter the Reckoning. I'm incredibly scared of that Obi-Wan game on Xbox. It feels like it will get our ass, and I'm gonna wish I was dead.
That game, from the short play you did of it years ago, it looks like dog shit. Like, yeah, we made the biggest maps possible. Also, it feels terrible to control.
It's impressive. We made a giant Star Wars level as a 3D model. Good luck finding out what to do.
We already did one Star Wars month. I don't know if we need a second.
Chat? What do you think? Do we need a second?
Is that game set before or after episode 1?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I kind of assumed it was after, but I don't know.
Spiff is threatening to delete an entire Discord if we do a Star Wars.
I just looked at a long play. It is before, and at the end you go do Naboo and fight Darth Maul.
That's awesome! That would be so funny. So obviously we play this game and then we watch episode 1 again, and that's what we record a podcast on, right?
Ooh. Do we watch the Obi-Wan TV show?
No. we should unironically watch the Phantom Edit. Because that was like the first time fandom like invaded. Like you had Kevin Smith and other Hollywood people talking about that version of the movie.
Yeah, I never actually even knew what they did other than it was a fan edit. So I guess it'd be interesting to see.
There's also that one that edits all 3 movies down into one movie. That'd be interesting to watch sometime.
That sounds like a nightmare. All I can think of is anime recap movies and how much I just hate those. Those are just evil.
I'm sorry, what is evil? I was reading about how George Lucas is the reason Obi-Wan was an Xbox exclusive, according to Wikipedia.
Anime movies that are condensing down a whole arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Like I always think about being accidentally buying the Gunbuster movie and not the show.
And not the show, which is what you actually wanted to watch.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Chris?
They edited it down into all 3 down into 85 minutes.
Wait, all 3. Wait, the first 3.
Whoa, the
episode
prequel.
1
all
through
3
3
Yeah.
into 85 minutes.
Yes, I know that edit almost completely removes episode 1.
That's like one of the best parts.
I'm sorry, this has to be fake. What the fuck do you mean that the person who edited that version was Topher Grace? Like actor Topher Grace?
Yeah, I've heard that he made one.
Huh.
Now I'm even more interested.
He's like, please,
I'm
God.
very curious how bad that could be.
God, please kill George Lucas. And then George Lucas is fighting the symbiote up the bell tower. Anyway, what the hell are we talking about? I'm done talking about Wrath of Cortex. The point here is that being a GameCube baby makes you weirdly biased in the favor of things that is it is a red flag. People will see that shit from space. For example, saying the sentence, I like Geist. Geist is a really good game. You grew up with only a GameCube, and I know it.
They're so powerful.
I even caught them doing this in someone else's chat recently. Someone said this in someone else's chat. I'm like, hey, did you grow up with only a GameCube? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, yeah. That's the only person who'd be like, yeah, Geist is a great video game.
It's the only first-person shooter you had, isn't it?
Yes.
Is the only people more powerful with fumes than GameCube only kids are the rare breed, the magnificent endangered species of kids who only had a TurboGrafx.
That is such a small select part
I knew
of humanity.
one, and they were like, "No, let me tell you about Keith Courage in Alpha Zone."
Every day, Chris, and I tweeted about this a lot on the No Slam Blue Sky account. I wish I was that kid. I wish I was that kid. The PC Engine's so fucking cool, man.
The PC Engine
Not so
is
much in
very
America.
I know.
I feel like it was much cooler in Japan.
It is much cooler in Japan, but America still got, it's got the bonk and the airzonk. It's got games. What? It's got bonk. Bob, are you laughing at bonk?
I'm laughing at airzonk. What's that?
Airzonk. Okay, so you know what bonk looks like. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Everyone does. He's one of the biggest idols in gaming.
Okay, so let me tell you about the coolest son of a bitch you've ever goddamn seen. Let me tell you about how they gave the dude a shmup and they created Air Zonk. Look at this badass.
What?
He's like fucking
He's just
Astro Boy. Bonk.
Holy shit.
He's the coolest guy ever. Also, the game is really good. It's a good game. I know you're not believing it. Because
no, I'm not.
But it's a good game. It's a good game. Sir.
Man, it's fucked up. We never got a 3D bonk.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Allegedly, that's what that Bomberman Heroes.
Yes, Bomberman Hero was allegedly supposed to be a bonk game at some point.
Yeah, that's what they say. Bomberman Hero. Yeah.
Huh.
Konami, you're bringing everything back. Bring back bonk. Give us a 3D bonk game.
When I said Heroes is the subtitle on accident, my brain immediately started putting that name to the Sonic Heroes theme song.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Didn't Senmol finally get out of the retro achievement mines for fucking Sonic Heroes?
I believe he said he did. I don't know if he actually did.
Fucking god. Thank fucking god. I thought that dude was going to be trapped in that hole in the fucking earth for 2 more months. Jesus. Fuck. Oh man, I look forward to his next bad endeavor. Good job
Bucket month.
Bucket month would kill him. Do not
Yes.
mention bucket month. It's supposed to be a week. He needs to stop saying bucket month. Anyways, Chris,
Yeah.
do you think you would survive bucket week? Do you know what bucket week is?
No.
So if Sebmall hits 150% of his donation
Oh,
goal
he has
for
to hit a
month,
bucket of fried chicken every day. Is it
he has
that? Is
to
that
eat
it?
a bucket of fried chicken every day while eating bucket or playing bucket themed games or chicken themed games or eggs themed games.
God. Yeah, no, that's
No, like
The most
speaking as a
self-destructive.
lifelong disgusting fat piece of shit, that would kill me.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
ate
I
the
could do
nacho
one-
trough on stream. That would kill me.
Yeah.
I think I could do like 1 or 2 days. Because you get to eat it over the whole day,
Uh-huh.
but that's still 4,000 calories.
Let's check how many
Actually,
calories
it might not
is.
be. It's probably closer to
Bucket
2,500.
of chicken. That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking somewhere closer to like 2,500. Let's see though, real quick, what the KFC bucket of chicken says about itself on this web zone. Let's see.
Says 1,400 calories for a 6 per piece bucket and 6,800 for a 21-piece bucket. So
Okay. So interestingly for me, on the website they say chicken-only buckets are only available in 8, 12, and 16.
so you'd have to do
Huh.
8. Anything else would be psychotic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
A piece of fried chicken ranges from 160 to 290 calories. Let's take the middle point. So like 240.
Yeah, that's 1280, right? Because you just said 160 each. So then
No, that's the
two-
low end though.
Oh.
So it says 160 to 290 based on the piece. If we take the middle point of that, which is 235 calories, that wouldn't even be a whole day's worth of calories. You could have some other stuff.
You could eat other things. The question is, how well will your system deal with that much oil?
Right, you're killing yourself on, let's face it, bad fried chicken.
Whoa! We did the
Look,
Apple
I'll
ranking stream last week. The next ranking is we're ranking fried chicken.
I just take the phylum husks with water. You'll be fine.
Bob, what is the best fast food fried chicken?
Probably Popeyes.
Agra?
I mean, I really only ever went to Danny's here in town.
Yeah, we
Right,
don't
that's
have
cheating a
Danny's
little
up
bit because they're
here.
not really a big chain.
Yeah, they're small.
But they're really good.
They are really good. Spiff says if we put that goal up now, he'll fund it right now. Our problem is we don't have a Jolly Bees near us or
We don't.
Raising Canes.
Mm.
Isn't Raising Cane's only strips? So does that get included in the ranking? Because that adds a
Oh, yeah,
million
that
other
would be-
things to the ranking.
It does. A lot
That's
of things are
true.
only strips.
I think it should have to be full piece fried chicken, but you get to do every chain grocery store.
Huh. Yeah, I guess all of them do their own fried chicken.
Yeah, they all
at
do
that
fried
point, do you count the
8-piece
Publix
buckets.
chicken tender pub sub?
Yeah, the
Well, no,
Jolly-
you have
That's
their
tenders.
buckets.
That's tenders.
So if we do
Yeah, no tenders, but they do deli buckets of chicken.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't know that. I'm trying to think. I don't think Publix does.
They
Wait,
do rotisserie chicken, but do they do fried?
No, you can totally go up and get just chicken. I think. Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
actually can't conjure anything other than rotisserie or chicken tenders.
I know Winn Dixie.
Okay,
did
I'm
fried
looking at their
chicken.
website. There's a page for fried chicken.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. See, it seems like they do have pieces.
Spiff and Chat says we have things that aren't Raising Cane's, so we have things that would be above bottom tier at least. Damn.
See, I don't understand Raising Cane's. It's like, oh, the cane sauce. It's like, we already have an objectively perfect dipping sauce for chicken tenders. It's called white gravy.
Fucking fact. Speaking of which, Bob, it's been a week.
What's up?
Have you grown to appreciate biscuits and gravy?
It was okay. I don't know.
Biscuits and gravy is damn tasty.
Heresy.
I probably wouldn't order it at a restaurant, but I've made it. I've made it before, and it's like, or if I have leftover white gravy from something, I'll eat biscuits and gravy. It's like, yeah, shit's good.
I didn't realize this many people in chat would be confused. White gravy and sausage gravy and country gravy are all the same thing, except for one of these obviously has the hard expectation of it better have pieces of sausage in it. You fuck.
I think Hardee's white gravy is not great, and that brought down the whole experience.
Yeah,
this was really good.
It's in the middle. I've definitely tasted far worse, especially.
You know who has interestingly good biscuits and gravy? Like surprisingly,
Yeah.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Weird.
So you need to just make your own white gravy. You go to Sam's Club. You get the jar of beef tallow.
Yep.
And you make it with beef tower, flour, and whole milk.
And then we don't
and then seasoning, of course.
We don't even make it to Tuesday on gravy week. I bet.
Day 1, you got to eat biscuits and gravy. Day 2, you got to do brown gravy with fried chicken. Day 3, you got to eat the Loco Moco with the mushroom gravy.
Yeah.
I don't. The things that would cause my body to do, you cannot do on Twitch.
Waffle House had the hash browns that you could put everything on them, and one of the things was white gravy, and on there that worked really well.
Wait, where is this?
Waffle House.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it was always like, but I don't know how it is mixed with other, or just white gravy alone. I don't know how that is, because I always had it like, oh, it has chili, white gravy, and like 3 other things.
Right, yeah, because like when you go to the Waffle House, they're like, hey, we got this thing, we'll put everything on it, and I go in and I order it, and this is like, I don't know, 2019, 2020. I go in and I'm like, yeah, I'll take the hash browns with everything on it. And they're like, oh, do you want chili or white gravy? And I go, what do you mean or? I
probably wouldn't do both. Lady.
Do it. And then they did it, and it was delicious. And so I came back and I did it again. And I came back and I did it again. We don't know how I hit 237 pounds, though.
Now I remember other times that we've gone there, and then they're like, okay, they get really upset if you like order the works, but then want to remove one thing. They're like, that's not the works anymore. It's like, look, there's like 12 items. It's easier to say this and then remove one thing. What is the problem?
I'm trying to save you some mental fucking math. Put everything in there but one thing instead of put these 13 items in there. But yeah, no, eventually they stopped doing both the country gravy and chili, and I was sad. And also I lost 32 pounds. These are not completely related data points. Speaking of which, Sheepy Hime came to visit, and we were eating out constantly the whole time she was here because Huntsville is known for having an absolute shitload of restaurants. Apparently, it had the highest amount of restaurants to capita in the fucking U.S. for the longest time, and then too many people moved here and threw it in favor of the capita instead of the restaurants. So we went a little bit lower when that happened a few years back. But as such, we went and ate with Sheepy at a bunch of different places. It was really great, and we still didn't get anywhere near a comprehensive amount.
Most restaurants per capita just makes me think of that stupid picture of the truck stop that everybody's like, this is American. It's like, no, that's a truck stop directly off a highway, and therefore full of services that people driving long distances would want. That is not, people are not living in that.
But there are quite a few of those around.
I do find that way too funny, that it's just like, this is America. It's like, that's a truck stop, which is in America, I suppose. Anyway, this is the part of every episode of Big Think Dimension where I torture people for no reason other than I can. So, hey, Chris, do you know what a Korean corn dog is?
Yes.
Okay. Aggro?
Is it different than what those words mean normally?
Yes.
Then no.
Okay, so a Korean corn dog, the idea of it is that you got a stick and you shove it through a hot dog or a sausage, and it possibly is wrapped in American cheese, or half of it is a mozzarella stick. Then you batter that shit covered in stuff and you deep fry it. So it's a very specific thing. The specialty flavor we had at Yeti Dogs, our local Korean corn dog thing, was a fucking Italian Korean corn dog. Look at that fucking shit.
The girth.
It's a gigantic mozzarella stick, basically.
Oh, that sounds good, but also scary.
I got one covered in blue Takis, and that was delicious.
Oh, yeah, no, the blue Taki one looked really fucking good. Anyways, I'm not done yet. So we also went to the Hot Wing Festival, where they had some really good hot wings, but they didn't have the Korean hot wing from last year. But here's a picture, a really good picture, of one of the better hot wings at that festival. the jerk wing. What else did we get? We also ate some other food. I'm only gonna show 2 more. I'll be nice. So did you know every time I try to write Detroit, I write Detroit like Metroid with the D at the beginning? Video games have ruined my fucking life. Anyways, here's the Shroomsday Device Detroit pizza. It was exquisite.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really fucking good.
What is
that
coiled up on
it?
top like cartoon shit?
It is... One moment. It's a garlic... okay, one moment. This
It's
pizza
ricotta.
has on it mozzarella, white cheddar, mushroom duxelle, arugula, fennel sausage, whipped ricotta, so that's what that is. And it also is covered in white truffle oil and Parmesan.
I mean, that does indeed sound good.
And being who I am, I must finish. Well, actually, no. I'm going to show 2 more things. That's it. Then I'm done. Then I'm done torturing people. Okay, so here's...
Gotta make sure we're good and hungry for cookout.
Yeah, we gotta make sure So this is a sushi tacos from a place that's... should be titled Sushi Hime, but instead the name of the place is Sushi Me. As an M-E.
Yeah, like, I guess you could walk in and yell, sushi me, and then they give you some sushi.
I think that was their idea, but the execution was a little off. Okay, last one, I promise. I have to end this way because of who I am. This is who I am. And then we got the cronuts again. This is the strawberry shortcake cronut, which is halfway between a croissant and a donut. It's crispy on the outside, flavorful on the inside, and soft and gooey. It is so good. It is so, so good. Anyways, I'm 230 pounds now.
How did this happen?
How did this happen? Who did this? That bitch, I'll kill them. Anyways, that's enough talking about that. Hey, Bob. You been playing anything other than Crash Bandicoots and Pragmatas?
I got to play a small bit of Vampire Crawlers, the turbo wild card from Vampire Survivors.
God damn that name.
Yeah. I almost bought this on PC because I thought it was only out on PC, and I found out it's not on everything. So I picked up the Switch 2 version so I could play it wherever.
Bob bought a deck building game?
I know.
What?
Look, it plays Castlevania-inspired music while I look at sprites that are Castlevania-related.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that game's a lot of fun and easy to waste a ton of time in. So I accidentally stayed up to 6 a.m. not realizing how long a run was taking.
Yeah, that's why I have to kind of stay away from those games now.
Yeah, they're not safe. I don't think it's a good idea.
That's why I consciously, even though I redeemed Balatro when it was a free PS Plus game, I'm not booting that game. Because it's never like, oh, I had so much fun, I'm satisfied. You feel like you just came off drugs. Like you feel like you had a day off and you spent it drinking.
At least early on in this game, it's separated into like distinct levels, so I can just be like, okay, I cleared a stage, and I can feel good about that and stop. Though there's always the motivation to just pick it up and do another stage. At least there is a completion angle to it, and not just do the same thing again. And it has dungeon crawler elements to it, so a lot of the game is actually just going around this like chocobo dungeon or whatever style first person dungeon you can think of, which is really neat. And it's fun to do card combinations that wipe out ludicrous amounts of enemies, and all the different characters have pretty different play styles. So I've been having fun with it. I'll probably play it a little bit more, but I'm going to stop myself from like wasting a ton of time with this game. I really just wanted a taste because I like the demo a lot.
I might do it because before Sheepy came down, I was having a lot of fun getting into working out daily. So I mix it up between like fitness boxing and going to the gym to cycle and, you know, do inclined treadmill shit. I may get it on Switch too, just so I have something to do there other than watch people. Yeah,
it's really neat that something I like about it is it's turn-based. You don't need to worry about being actively playing it. You can stop.
Yeah.
Like you don't even need to pause it. It's just it's not stressful.
Yeah, and that's good. Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else you wanted to say about Vampire Crow?
Not really, no.
Okay, so we also went to City Cafe Diner where we got the Zorba the Greek platter, which is comes with a lemon chicken Greek soup, a giant spanakopita, lemon potatoes, and
spanakopita the size of your head.
Yeah, the spanakopita is half the size of this giant fucking plate. And it's funny. But yes, everyone loves Zorba the Greek, as seen in Metaphor, Refantasio. Anyways, did you play
Zorba the Greek? Sounds like somebody who would be in one Popeye short.
Yes,
like that's what Bluto is in this episode. He's Zorba the Greek.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. This is the Popeye episode where they're in ancient Greece, and Pluto is now called Zorba the Greek. Bob, did you play anything else?
I did not have time to play anything else because, you know, blowing all the way through Pragmata and then doing all this other stuff. There's a lot.
Okay, well then that means it's time to show how they didn't have the Korean hot wing at the Hot Wing Festival, so we had to go to the restaurant itself to get the platter of Korean hot wings.
Jesus.
It was really good.
They were really good.
It was really good. Chat, you don't even understand. It was really good. Anyways, I'm 230 pounds now. Who knows why? Chris, what have you been playing?
So, on Saturday, I played Bomberman 64 on the PCD compilation.
Hell yeah.
That was all right. They want a psychotic level of completion to actually see the end of that game.
Uh-huh.
That's what I remember, yeah.
Every level has 5 gold cards, 4 ones hidden in the level, and 1 for doing it fast. You need every single one of those.
No,
it is
no Bomberman.
Yes, exactly. No Bomberman.
Like I remember you posting about that and thinking, I don't remember the game being like that. Oh, that's because I only ever played the first couple levels and then played a shit ton of the multiplayer.
Right.
The not real ending is really funny because you beat up the big bad guy. He's like, oh, and another one comes in and saves him. He's like, oh, I'll remember this, and then their space fortress that was energy draining bomber planet goes away. Then the guy who is obviously the actual final boss, because he shows up to keep giving you advice and coincidentally knows every single thing about the villains and their plan and the machine they use, is like, I'm really disappointed in you for letting him get away. We'll never see each other again. And then he fucking goes to space.
Yep.
It's just funny. He specifically says, to be honest, I'm disappointed in you.
Yep. It's fucked up.
But it's like, I'm not going to learn bomb jumping.
You're not?
No. And and for anyone listening, that is not that is not what you would expect bomb jumping to be, as in you launch yourself with a bomb. To bomb jump in Bomberman 64, you make a bomb and then throw it off a ledge and then walk off the ledge and you bounce off it. So it gives you like horizontal movement.
Yeah.
And getting to some of the things involves building like these Rube Goldberg machines of like dozens of bombs that you absolutely have to have the remote to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm not doing that. I ain't doing it. Not no way, not no how. But I also played Yuka Replay E.
You replay Lee?
No, it's just Replay E. There is no other L.
What?
It is just Replay E.
Oh my god, my life is a lie.
That's not a rare game anymore.
Oh yeah.
Not even remotely. I feel like Bob would become increasingly incensed if he had to play it at how unrare like it is.
Oh, there is a second L. It is replay Lee.
Is it?
Yeah, we're having the Steam page has it. Your
Okay, I
life
guess
is a
it
lie.
is.
Ha ha! Reverse card. How so? How is it not a rare game anymore?
So firstly, the start of the game, they're like, here's every single move in the game. They just give them to you. You no longer have to buy them from the trousers. The only collectible that matters for progression is the pages. There are now 300 pages instead of 145 as in the base game. There are now 50 in each level in the hub. Now I want Bob to guess. How many pages do you think you need to beat this game? There's a max of 300.
That's a lot.
It is
200?
120.
Wow, that's
Wow.
more
You
generous
can
than
beat
Mario
this game
64.
with 40% of the pages in this.
That's crazy.
They completely removed the make levels bigger element of the game. They're all just at that size. They're just whatever size they are now.
How do you mean? Make levels bigger?
'Cause-
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, because there was the level where you can upgrade the book and that'll expand the level and give you more things to collect.
I don't remember that at all. Weird.
Okay. Yeah.
Trouser now sells you permanent upgrades. Like you have a Breath of the Wild stamina meter now
Huh.
It's true. I laughed.
that determines how long you can do certain things. Like the bats, like sonar blasts, use up some of it. So you get upgrades for that. You get upgrades for how many of like the badges you can wear, and you get permanent upgrades to your health. They removed fall damage.
Wow.
Good.
Wow.
And they removed having oxygen underwater.
Weird.
And could you make a bubble and just run around underwater like you're on ground in the original?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that, but maybe.
So now
Been a
you can
while.
do that. Basically, they tried to turn the game into Mario Odyssey.
Okay.
Very
Fair.
strange.
Because
It
now
might be good.
Because again, there's now 32 more. Not 32 more. There's more than that. There's like pretty much twice the pages in each area.
Mm-hmm.
And they even give you triple pages sometimes when you beat like a boss or something. They give you a triple pagey, like the triple moons in Odyssey.
I don't understand. It's supposed to be you get a quarter of a pagey.
Oh no, they still have that.
Okay. That's even more insane now with their triple pages, but all right.
But like ukulele, like in my opinion, a core aspect of Banjo-Kazooie is that everybody but Banjo's a piece of shit. Like every single character is awful.
Oh, it's just made by the British.
They didn't
Like
notice. They didn't notice what they did.
This game isn't even a little mean-spirited, so what's even the point? Like, I unironically think that being mean-spirited is a core part of Banjo-Kazooie, not just the characters and like the writing, but also like in this game, when a timer pops up, you have plenty of time. You can be casual and careful. It doesn't play a cutscene while the counter is going down. It shows you where to go first and then starts a counter, and you usually don't need half the time.
It's like it's sobered up or something.
It's like this isn't even a rare game anymore. It's nothing like one of those. So I guess I like it. It just ended up feeling boneless to me.
Oh wow!
It's like it's not as good as like a Mario, obviously, but it also lacks the grit of Banjo. Like I don't feel like I'm eating through hardtack. Because I'm gonna be real, playing those two huge mods, I kind of broke my brain a little bit. I think I almost like Banjo now.
Okay, go play Banjo-Tooie.
Not that one. You know what? If there's if they PC decomp it, sure.
Agra, have you ever played Banjo-Tooie?
I have not.
You should play Banjo-Tooie.
Boy,
I have never heard anything to support that idea.
If only we'd have an excuse to play that game. If a PC decompilation came out, some sort of content about old games,
some sort of old game content podcast. Could you imagine?
I also played some Friend Slop.
Sorry, I love this. Someone in chat says, Game Maker's Toolkit has an excellent video on what's going on with Tooie. Yeah, I have eyes too. So I just looked at it.
Yeah. I don't, why would I need, like, I don't need a YouTuber to tell me birds fly, grass grows, the sun shines. I can observe these things. They're in reality.
Sunshine confirmed.
Jesus.
But I had my first experience with Friend Slop this week. The genre of games under $10 on Steam that you play with your friends a couple times, and then you move on to the next one.
Yeah, what did you play?
I played Super Battle Golf.
Oh, cool. That game looks cool, but I have no friends, so.
Super Battle Golf is golf. You all play at once. You can hit each other with your club and balls. In fact, if you like fully charge your shot, it homes in on the nearest person if one's in your camera view. And there are Mario Kart-esque items all over the courses with such things as coffee. Lets you run faster for a shorter period of time.
Ooh.
Spring boots. Lets you jump over terrain and get around a little bit quicker.
Ooh.
Dueling pistol. Elephant gun.
Now we're talking.
Which not only knocks the shit out of them, it sends you back.
I bet.
Like, it knocks you back. Rocket launcher. Landmine, which is real fun to just put right on top of someone's ball and then continue going. Freeze cannon, which you shoots a projectile that does an ice blast that freezes everybody nearby. It can also freeze their balls and knock those around. Perhaps my favorite. Orbital strike.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is an orbital laser that actually kills everyone that hits, and they have to respawn at the checkpoint.
Fuck yes.
So it was a lot of fun. I kind of wish it had more items and gimmicks, but what are you going to do for $8?
Right. It's an $8 game. Hard to complain about an $8 game.
$8 is actually $5, as we learned from
It's so fucking true.
What game was it? It was the climbing one, wasn't it? Peak. It was the devs of Peak, I think.
Yeah.
So that was delightful. Did I play anything else? No, I didn't. This weekend I'll stream some kind of retro game. I haven't decided which one yet, but it will be a retro game.
Okay, sounds good. That's going to be Saturday most likely, right, Chris?
Yeah, it'll be Saturday.
Okay. Well, that means we need to move on to the fact we also went to Chicago and got some chicken Philly fries, which are covered in delicious.
Look good.
They're so good. They're so good, man. They're so good. Plush may have a jet for me. For me? Come to Huntsville, gain 10 pounds.
I've honestly never been a fan of putting meat on fries.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, like unless it's chili. There's just something about it that always struck me as odd.
That's
when you're eating it.
I don't know. You cover fries in popcorn, chicken, and white gravy. We're having a time.
Excuse
Yeah,
me,
it's
one
like
moment.
delicious side by side.
Did you just
eating it
say
out of a-
cover fries in popcorn chicken and gravy?
Then white gravy, yeah.
I have never
sounds like-
heard of this.
that
I'm
sounds
gonna go
good.
die.
Yeah, Louisiana poutine.
No, I've never heard of this.
I'm
Huh.
making
It's
that
a
up.
thing I just made up. I don't know if it's a real dish you
okay,
can
you're
get
making
places,
this.
but
Oh,
I
thank
mean,
God! I thought I was somehow missing this my entire life. We just
can make it
invented
yourself.
the way I
I
die.
think we had a little hot sauce. We're onto something here.
Oh man, yeah, you said Louisiana poutine, and I was like, I don't know that that's a real thing. I feel like if it was Louisiana, it would be something else like crawfish or something. Fuck, maybe some popcorn shrimp. Oh, that would be good. What am I doing? Anyways, I'm 230 pounds now. Chris, thank you for your segment.
Yeah.
Aggro, what have you been playing?
In addition to Pragmata, I finished up cramming that just in time to play the first couple hours of Resident Evil Requiem before we had to start recording.
Ooh.
So I was able to play right up to the point where Leon and Grace meet up and he hands her Vash the Stampede's gun.
He does.
And you get to visually compare it to the size of her wrists and think, child, you're going to die if
Yeah.
you fire that weapon.
Yes. I know there were mods to make it hurt her when she shot it.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I would love playing like that. That would be sick.
I will say not having any gap between was probably not a good idea because I had not recovered from forcing myself to dodge with the R1 button.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't stop trying to do that the entire time I was playing as Leon.
God, imagine Leon with thrusters for dodging.
Right? Like, why not?
Right?
That's something he would do.
well, it'd break his hip now. He's like 55.
That's
No,
why
he's
he's got him.
Right, he's got to have him.
Like on the
full,
belt
like, Iron
and,
Man, but
and
only
on
for
his
hands.
heels. So when he like breaks something's head with his foot, a little rocket boost goes off.
Hey, Aggro.
Mm-hmm.
Cajun poutine. That shit has sausage on it.
Oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
That would fuck me up. Oh my God. Anyways, a few different things called Cajun poutine have come in via the internet. Good Lord. Grace should rocket jump by firing the Requiem.
Jesus.
God, I died 3 times in a row, rapid fire, after killing the first enemy with a chainsaw. Because I did not understand / I don't believe it was communicated to me that I had to wait for the chainsaw to stop spinning before I
Yeah,
picked
that also
it up.
happened to me once. It's bullshit that the enemies don't have to wait for that, but you do.
Yeah, they
Right,
just grab it up off
it
the
is-
ground and the first swing insta-kills you.
Mm-hmm.
We're both standing over it, looking down, waiting for the bottle to stop spinning.
It is weirdly hard to pick that thing up.
I did opt to play the Grace sections in first person, and now cannot imagine how they would have played in third person. I'll be interested to go back. And,
Everybody
like,
seems to
run the
has
first
told
one of
me
those.
worse than in third person. No, they are worse in third person. Like everybody has told me that to me.
That tracks.
That what's worse than third person?
The Grace sections.
Grace.
Oh. I mean, I preferred first person. I'm surprised to hear other people agree.
It snaps the first person for some of that stuff that you feel like, oh, it has to be in this. And it's like, yeah, it does.
Yeah, otherwise I can't fucking see it.
I thought it was really, really funny in the opening section when you're being attacked by a cop and you pick up a fire poker and the on-screen prompt is labeled resist.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't play the first couple hours. Like it's neat. It's real nice to, hear the Resident Evil noises and pull up the Resident Evil menus. I'm interested to see more of the Grace sections and see her mechanics. Because thus far, while the Shadow Ghost was visually fascinating and really cool, the mechanic of run from this thing that is slower than you to the nearby safe zone was pretty mid.
Yeah, no, I think that is actually the worst part of the game or so. It's close.
It sucks because like what's happening in the game is like really fucking cool.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
no,
not that great of a gameplay section.
any part where they're like, no, we're going hard on sneaking in this way, where it's a bunch of kind of really slow segments like that. I'm like, that's not great.
It is also this villain is top tier because you get the shot of him in the hallway and he's got the night vision goggles on and he's spying on the conversation and he's doing things in the dark, and then Leon like leans over and he shines his flashlight and reveals the hooded figure in the dark, meaning that he waited till he was done doing his thing and then moved deeper, like closer to Leon in the hallway, and pulled his hood down over his night vision goggles and posed and waited for Leon to point his flashlight at him so he could do the hood throwback. And I've honestly got to respect the game.
So now everybody has at least played this part. What the fuck is Leon's problem? He just let that lady die.
Yep.
Yep.
Like, a zombie with a chainsaw is slowly shambling towards this lady. I better do nothing.
Nothing.
He was,
It was
still waking
literally,
up.
it was like, come on, Leon, you got to think of a one-liner or else she's going to die. You have to think of a one-liner to save this lady. And then he couldn't, so she's dead.
I was thinking while watching that sequence, because, you know, she's between him and the guy with the chainsaw. He keeps glancing at her like, is she not going to move? Because I need to spin kick this guy. Oh, wow, no, she just died. That's weird.
That's strange. Hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up?
So you know about that thing, like in Germany or whatever, the doner kebab thing I've talked about, where it's like a shaved meat. So apparently Canada has a thing called donair, which is their own version of doner kebab type stuff. And a local place next to Plush Mayhem has a thing called the donair plate. So as you can see, it's fries and doner kebab like toppings that just go on the fucking thing. And I'm telling you, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Okay, so now you have to go to the Discord and find the image that I posted in general, because I was sorry about it before, but now you deserve it.
Okay. Yeah, what's up? Okay, one moment. Maybe you're cooking here. Let me see. Chat can decide whether or not you're cooking here. It's also worth noting, at the same time we have the Hot Wing Festival in Huntsville, they have like a burger festival up in Canada somewhere. And it's a week long. Anyways,
That's insane.
Is aggro cooking? Chat?
I think it's, if nothing else, is accurate.
I think aggro's cooking.
Oh, no, I should have done Kikiter.
Oh, yeah, he's got the split.
Damn it.
No, it's total missed opportunity here.
I feel like such a failure.
Yeah.
But that's all I've been playing.
Okay. Bob and I, as a public service tomorrow, will be streaming Moonchild.
Well,
Moonshine.
Moonshine.
No, that's a different.
Things are gonna get easier.
That's a different. But also, the Podlords.
Oh, fuck, the Podlords?
They're here?
They found me. I don't know how, but they found me.
Show yourself.
The fact Hugh says that. Yes. The fact Hugh goes, show yourself. Yes, that's right. The Podlords. Chad, I'll be real. I opened a billion windows of images to show off food the whole time, so then I forgot to open the relevant documents. Anyways, Podlords such as BN12, Red Blaze 27, Suzushiro. Rado. WTF Spider-Man. Mr. I Like Spam. Muckbun. Shiny Mew. KC survived doing marching band stuff in their 30s.
Respect.
Respect.
Cooper Tank. TFW, no more COD on day one Game Pass. Indigo Sykes. Tuba American Gaijin. Wait, is this a Wii Fit thing? Is this your code for saying you're overweight? Do the Wii Fit tubas follow you around like they do me? Moon Muse Entertainment.
Rat.
Jump Scare. That is likely only effective on Dr. Aggro.
Yup.
What is it?
That is a difficulty 7 puzzle from Artisan of Glimmet. They are to the last one of them bastards.
Sarah Lenny. Timothy Pfister is wishing a happy Pragmata Eve to all who celebrate. Hey, why did you?
God damn it.
Jesus.
Still, why? She's
There's
too
somebody in
good
that
for
game
this
you can give a
world.
chin scar. I'm surprised that isn't here this week.
Oh, God. The Hard M. Bearded Joe. Heath Toner has been picked up by Jump Plus. We are winning.
That's a really funny series. I'm glad it got picked up for real.
Pleochrome. Sorry, Kumi Tante Old School Slaughter. Putting Chris Bait in your episodic indie Danganronpa like makes you look desperate. This is so many layers. Mysterious Heroine X. Nyalter.
Yes.
That's funny.
It's so good. I almost bought the Nendroid they did of this.
Me seeing Dancing Bacon get fist-sized mochi cake with scoops of Nutella, pistachio, and fruit for under $3.
Oh.
Yeah, that's despair-inducing.
Angra Minu, aka Angry Mango. Different Dimension Demon Wisdom King Solomon.
Huh.
The eyes give him more wisdom.
Good Lucario thinks onions are good. Nagor Yi Yuki, the coolest guilt year character.
I'm honestly surprised this hadn't been done yet.
My jaw hurt
Yeah,
just
honestly,
listening
I'm
to it.
surprised. But this Palm Lord could start repeating and we'd never know. Nobody would remember.
It's true.
Digital Basic. Conchome, forma de ogro. Boy, I hope you guys like Conchome, because he's going to show up a ton.
He sure does have a lot of freaky little forms.
I feel like I could learn to love him.
You think
He
you
is
have the
pretty
power?
great. He's Krillin.
Andrew. Lone Gargoyle.
Speaking of a kiter, for some reason.
Yeah.
You have the power to be his enemy.
It doesn't really flow as well.
No, no, it doesn't.
You have the power to be his foe would be better.
You have the power to be his N.
Oh, it's true. This joke is true. Tragedy, that small indie game you're hyped for, hasn't updated in 6 months. Sadistic Autistic. No bit this week. Thank you all for the amazing work you do that makes my work weeks bearable.
Oh, you're
welcome.
very welcome. God knows that I'm always happy to have shit to listen to when I'm working.
Yuki EXE, and Endo Y. Thank you very much to our Podlords.
Thank you, Podlords.
Thank you, Podlords.
Thank you, Podlords. If you'd like to become a Podlord, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/gbpodcast. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to many benefits such as early access to Chugging Bleach, which will become relevant again soon. Extended content for gamer premonitions and armchair devs when indeed we do those shows and such content exists to be given to you. A full movie called Isolation 119, a full feature-length film about a man going to Thailand, get a tax write-off on his vacation to Thailand, also getting into fights with the locals, also drinking a bunch of beers, and with a subplot about some shit with ghosts. You also get a patron-funded show one a month, either a public show where we watch a horrible thing and patrons get a commentary track, or a private show where patrons vote between four good movies, and then we watch and discuss them, and various other benefits sometimes. Patreon.com/GV podcast. When you don't have any money, it always helps immensely to tell your friends. Rate us on Thursdays. Rate us with a T on your podcasting app of choice, and leave a comment and subscribe if you listen on YouTube right now. Patreon.com/GV podcast.
My co-hosts were not on the SSD in the PS5. They took a moment to load. Man, this has been a great podcast, talking about funny stories, looking at pictures of food, enjoying our time.
That's enough of that.
That's enough
time
of that.
for misery.
Oh, no.
Industry burning down, fire GIF, no? No? Okay, well, how about, I wish I put the fire up first. He's scary. Industry burning down segment, go!
Okay. So Shuhei Yoshida has confirmed he was fired for opposing Jim Ryan's service plans, which we already knew, but he told it in a joking way before, and now he just said it.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
This is years straight of him just confirming this, and today the other day in the last week, he literally said, I was fired for it.
Mm-hmm.
I was fired for not thinking those plans were good plans.
And then it turned out they were not good plans.
Yeah, they may have bombed the company, and wow, I can't believe Shuhei Yoshida tried to stop that.
Wow.
Oh, wait, that makes sense.
Wow, I can't believe Shuhei tried to make sure there was a variety of content going forward with strong offerings from first-party studios instead of way too many canceled service games.
Uh-huh.
I heard someone cover this news and they literally went, well, the studios get a choice in what they make. And also, maybe the shareholders push them towards it. We don't know who's Jim Ryan or Herman Hulst. I'm like, what are you talking
one of them got
about?
fired, and then they started canceling all of them. People just don't seem to notice that part. Like, you see, Jim Ryan left, and then they canceled 8 of them in the span of 3 months.
We can't figure it out.
I think you can draw some conclusions.
Weird.
Yup.
Bizarre.
The legacy of Jim Ryan. A wet paper bag full of shit that keeps sliding downhill.
Maybe we can just all agree to never promote people from Sony Europe again.
Yeah, that's gonna need to. Well, don't worry, they won't have any studios once that Hunter's Gathering shit, and they shut down Guerrilla.
Oh, what a!
It's like you don't make games anymore. You just work on the Decima engine so Kojima can make games.
Jesus.
Dead by Daylight developer Behavior Interactive has laid off an undisclosed number of employees. It was 30 according to victims on Reddit, and also from victims on Reddit, explicit union busting.
Oh,
of course.
Wow. So market forces? Is that market forces? Can we describe this as market forces?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Fair Games is allegedly still coming out, and they
What
are
the fuck?
allegedly doing internal play testing right now.
Okay, how's that going?
Every play tester they have ever had play that game hates it.
Oh, come on.
Like the overwhelming feedback they have gotten in every single one of their internal play tests is it's not fun.
We didn't make it to be fun.
But don't worry, it's going to have a dedicated extraction mode now.
Why?
Because Marathon and Tarkov and Arc Raiders, never mind the fact that Marathon is only just barely treading water above the Sony killing it line.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
Like if that game gets 2 full years of content, I'll be a little bit shocked.
I do wonder how Marathon's gonna go, because like for people who don't keep up with this shit, who don't listen to us every week, Marathon at launch sold like 1.2 million, which is insanely miserably low for something that undoubtedly cost as much as it did.
Yeah.
Their games doesn't even have a prayer selling 1.2 million. It's not made by Bungie.
Yeah, it doesn't have Bungie.
That game's allegedly not going to cost money. That was part of these leaks. Is like they're going to make that a full free-to-play game.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So it's double doomed.
So it's gonna high guard.
No, it won't get as many people playing it as High Guard.
Damn it.
High Guard got 100,000 people playing day
Fuck,
one.
you're right.
What if
There's
they
a
get
really
fair
high
games
chance.
with
Oh
Jeff
my
gives it the Jeff boost?
Jeff
You
comes
know-
out looking
you know-
like Palpatine. And he just throws his hands up and shoots
You know, I
lightning
didn't
into the
consider
game.
this, but like half of the funding of the VGAs comes from Tencent,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
who
yeah.
funded that game.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
maybe
wow.
Jeff is full of shit when he says that he saw it and was so impressed with it he had to make it the end of the show. Perhaps that was untrue.
Right.
Iron Galaxy once again laid off an undisclosed number of employees.
God damn it.
That's sad.
That's such
Yeah.
a shame.
Yep.
And that's all the bad news, I guess.
Okay. That's good. I technically started the fire, but it keeps on burning, and this smiling friend's guy freaks me out. Okay, he's leaving.
Goodbye.
Okay. So,
Okay, so this is not gaming news, but
Okay.
I just discovered it, and I think I need to inflict it upon everybody else.
okay.
Okay.
This is how Kubo Tite, author of Bleach, looks right now.
All right. Let's see this.
I'm waiting. Okay.
All right.
I'm so used to that picture of him with his arms folded, with the sunglasses on,
Mm-hmm.
that seeing him be like librarian core is killing me.
I've never seen a picture of him other than his hands and just his hands alone, and the one where he's face painted to look like
To be
Kurasuchi.
Mary.
Holy shit. I keep
That's it.
forgetting about that.
Can't believe you never saw the one with his arms folded in the sunglasses. That's like classic.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's the one that everybody made memes about him not writing backstories and being a Chad for doing so.
Jesus.
So I get to show both these images now.
I feel like that one picture is what gave him kind of like a Itagaki-esque image in the United States.
Oh yeah, this picture. I
Because it
completely
was the
forgot
picture
about that.
everybody used.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot to deal with. Anyways, let's go to aggro for news. Aggro?
You are not going to believe it.
What?
The saboteurs are at it again.
What the fuck are they
Damn.
doing this time?
So a lot of the information I got, even from the official statements and releases, were speaking in pretty vague language. I think because this has to do with ongoing litigation.
Uh-huh.
Several unionized employees at Build a Rocket Boy have, quote, initiated legal action, end quote, against the company over that Terramind tracking software.
You don't.
The one they installed on everybody's machines without either their knowledge or consent. Apparently, even if they were working from home, that tracked their keystrokes, screen activity, and microphone data. Build a Rocket Boy will apparently not tell any of its employees what data they have or how it was being stored. So, you know, the law. This is in addition to the IWGB Game Workers Union filing a separate legal claim over them laying off 300 employees last year the wrong way. I super cannot wait to play the in-game mission that will blow the lid off of this vicious conspiracy. Which they keep saying is still real and still happening.
I'm so excited. Finally, some closure.
He's gonna put out the mission. And it's gonna be the Benz. It's like, wait, it was you?
It was me. I'm the saboteur. Wow.
We'll find out this is just a Fight Club situation.
It's gonna be like fucking SpongeBob. It's gonna be like, wait a minute, I'm the maniac.
Nintendo is joining the long list of companies being targeted by class action lawsuits after attempting to recover tariff money they gave the government. So the thinking runs thus. The U.S. government instituted illegal tariffs. The Supreme Court said you can't do that, clearly. So a bunch of companies sued the government to get that money back. And then a bunch of random citizens and organizations started filing class action lawsuits against those companies because, wait a minute, fucker. We paid you to cover the tariffs, and now you're getting a refund for the tariffs?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these are, I mean, it's like a couple people starting class action lawsuits against some of the biggest companies on the planet. I will let you know if one of them actually goes anywhere.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's funny because I don't think any of these companies are actually going to get their money back.
Yeah, right.
I think the U.S. government will be like, no. They'll be like, Supreme Court, and it's like, well, we can't force them. We're 9 old people in a building. They're supposed to do what we say, but it has been proven repeatedly they don't have to.
The only thing we can do is make everything worse. Oh wow!
You could do that for us? Wow.
Thanks.
We weren't doing that.
Although they are opening a tariff refund site soon that you can apply to get a refund for tariffs. You missed your chance to do PPP fraud. Don't let this chance pass you by.
Oh, I'm sure that's going to be well run and effective and a bunch of other stuff that I shouldn't say on a podcast.
Yep. Ba-doop boop.
Anyway, Michael Gamble over at BioWare. Good news. He replied to some guy's tweet asking for an update on Mass Effect 5.
Okay.
He said, just busy working, not a lot of time for teas. This is, I assure you, irrefutable proof that the game is still real and will come out and not have any problems and be the best Mass Effect yet. In fact, I am willing to stake my reputation on the fact that none of you will remember I said this by the time anything concrete actually happens.
Man, cool. I don't know, Aggro. They're going to be owned by Saudi Arabia in about 2 months. So, so I have a feeling that perhaps something bad is going to happen to BioWare. Beyond the past decade, pretty soon.
Yeah, like stop. He's already dead.
Why would you miss the opportunity to have Commander Shepard go on another adventure with your favorite DJ? Why close the studio?
This is my favorite DJ on the Citadel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real.
He's joining the crew.
The only way a new Mass Effect can be good is if it's bizarrely right wing, the way the original 3 games are. Like, if they don't have the vaccine denier side quest, like in Mass Effect 1, what are they doing?
I don't know.
Mass Effect 2 literally has Shepard look at the camera and say, well, it's not ideal they hired a screaming, violent racist, but we have to respect the process.
I mean, yeah, no, like that's it. It needs to be Bush era right wing taken it back from the
Jesus.
super fascists.
Wow.
We need to get back to the racism being quiet and not talked about.
I don't know, Aggro. The races, they have like a race of insect people in that are portrayed as like not being truly sentient. So I don't know. I don't know if it's quiet.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up?
So you might recall that very important thing that happened this week when we went to get these Korean hot wings.
Yes.
And we
Of
went
course.
into this restaurant. And they're blaring a trivia thing. Like, we accidentally walked in on, here's a restaurant full of trivia moments. Okay? And they're just like, when the band made the song Purple Rain or whatever, I don't know. We weren't really paying attention. I was overwhelmed, and I stopped hearing anything at all. When I look at the giant TV in the corner of the room, and I shit you not, chat, it is Xenoverse 2. Someone is playing Xenoverse 2 on this giant fucking TV at this goddamn restaurant?
It was a sports bar, basically.
Yeah!
With Xenoverse 2 on it for some reason.
Yes! And somehow we just go, they announced a new Xenoverse, didn't they? It's just like, yeah. Yeah, they finally did it. What the fuck? Bob, tell me about this new Xenoverse.
Xenoverse 3 is going to be for the PS5 series, or Xbox Series and PC.
I'm sorry, one moment. Persona Wolf in chat goes, were you guys at my bar?
Oh my god.
That's too good. That's too good. Anyways, Bob, continue. Tell me about Xenoverse 3.
This was originally announced as Dragon Ball New Project Age 1000 a few months ago.
Why was it
and now we
announced
know
like
it-
that?
Because this is set in the year 1000 in the DBZ universe, which is apparently
right.
200 years after Super. About 200 years. It's like
What?
220 or something.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You seem to play as some OC who is in a squad of fighting superheroes, kind of Saiyaman-esque, was led by Bulma, who seems to have some sort of weird ring around her neck that kind of looks like the Whis' ring, so maybe she's a god now? I don't know.
Oh.
That could be cool. I didn't really like Xenoverse 1 or 2, but I'm willing to give it a shot, see what they do after all these years.
Yeah, I
What, 10
played the
years
shit out of
ago, too?
Xenoverse 1. Like, I love stupid nonsense Dragon Ball things. It just,
Oh, yeah.
Xenoverse 2 didn't really have any interesting ones because they just used all the shit from Dragon Ball Heroes.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'll put my hand in that blender. Sure, I'll grind Demon King Piccolo to get like an emote.
It was about a full day after this announcement first came out that I actually looked at any of the posts. I'd just been skimming by them, building a mild disquiet, thinking, didn't that game already come out like a year ago? Because I was, as you've probably already put together, thinking of Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Oh
my
my
God.
fucking God.
Jesus, what?
No, I don't think
Hey, I thought you were thinking of the other Dragon Ball game,
Right.
Sparking Zero.
No. When I looked at a picture, I'm like, oh, that's a Toriyama.
Jesus Christ.
I was confused for some reason. I thought this was already announced like a month ago.
Fair.
It's like, yeah, of course that's a new Xenoverse. What else would it be? It's like, oh, it is Xenoverse. Okay, wow, crazy.
Wow.
It's totally off topic, but I found this funny brand of potato chips
Yes, no brand.
at no brand.
Yeah.
No brand.
Mm-hmm.
This is your
I think that's
first
hilarious.
This is your first encounter with no brand.
Yeah.
I think
Isn't
no
that
brand.
a Canadian thing?
Yeah, it's Canadian. My Canadian friend
Really?
Masami introduced me to no brand.
It's all Korean on this, so I thought it was a Korean brand.
Oh.
Huh.
It's a no-name brand. Oh, no-name brand bootleg. So wait, is the Canadian brand No Name? And No Brand is the name of the Korean? No way.
Korean knockoff.
It's No
That's great.
Name in Canada. Oh my God, this is a bootleg. Bob, you're eating bootleg potato chips?
They're good. They're sweet potato chips, and they're good.
Do they taste like boot?
No.
Do they taste like leg?
No.
Oh. I cannot believe this. I can't believe No Name has a fucking knockoff label.
Yeah, that's great. It's just from Korea. That's incredible.
It's just called No Brand. Fuck off.
And it has a trademark next to it, so it's like No Brand TM.
That's the name of the brand. Nothing. The name of the brand's No Brand. Oh my fucking God. Jesus Christ. Anyways, hey Bob, let's move on with the news.
Sure. Splatoon Raiders comes out July 23rd with one of those famous Tuesday trailer drops from Nintendo.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess they didn't have enough for a show.
All right.
It's a single player focused Splatoon game. It's only $60 physical and $50 digital.
Oh, hey. Wow.
For Switch 2 game.
Because for people who don't remember,
this is...
Nintendo doesn't have to pay themselves a 30% margin. They still make more money on the $50 digital game than they do the $60 physical game. Wow.
Man, I'm actually kind of excited for a single player Splatoon thing.
Yeah,
cool. I think that's a really neat idea for
and affordable also.
Right?
God damn.
Hey Sony, are you doing anything like that? No.
Oh no.
Okay.
Saros is $80 now.
I do wonder, like Sony already canceled all their shit except Fair Games, but every other service thing in the industry seems to have been pivoting towards being a normal game. Because that happened with that Thief like that Warren Spector was working on. They're like, yes, it's a single player and co-op thing now. It is no longer a weird PvP service game.
Thank God.
I think people are kind of tired of PvP service games specifically.
I think people just want a normal fucking video game, and I think the studios that pivot to make these into normal video games are the smartest studios of them all. Because you will make no money the other way.
Yeah, no, it's kind of proven that you can't make money with these. People already have a rotation of multiplayer games they play, and you're not knocking them out.
You're not getting those Fortnite people.
No.
Nope.
They released the Ingrid trailer for Street Fighter 6. Show off a bunch of her gameplay. She's also got the new costume and the classic costume. So if you want the old school, that's in there. And she got lots of laser beams.
Oh,
looks like fun. She's out May 28th.
Okay. Cool.
There's also Street Fighter 6 rumors for the next tier of DLC.
Okay. Hit me.
Vega.
Sure. Want to see him. That'll be neat.
Yeah, one more Street Fighter 2 character. We've got to get them all, I guess.
Hey, Vega's cool. I want to see him in Street Fighter 6's style.
Oh, yeah, no. I think Vega is one of the better Street Fighter 2 characters for sure, and he should be there. It's just after so many.
Street Fighter 6, they're going to transform him to be the straightest looking he's ever been. Just to fuck with us.
How would you even...
They're going to cut his hair short. They're going to make him huge. And they're going to give him a handlebar mustache.
No.
Yeah.
No. What is this?
He's going to look like if Vegeta in GT was tall.
Anyway. Goken.
Okay.
Why?
He's cool.
No.
He's cool. I think Goken's cool. He's all right.
Mike Hager.
Okay.
From Final Fight.
Okay, that'd be whatever. That'd be fine. He's never been in one of these before.
He hasn't. I'm just like, please, Street Fighter characters, please. And then Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII.
This shit's made up. This is one of those leaks they do to find out who's leaking.
It's possible. This is from RNK Clan, who's previously leaked Season 2 characters and some details from Season 3. And then Rafflemonger, who is like a fighting game YouTuber, can substantiate Vega and Tifa with other sources, but heard different characters from Mike.
That is part of what because that would make very much sense for it to be one of those. We're using this to find out who is leaking because everybody gets slightly different false information.
Right.
The weird thing is, I don't think Capcom has done this before, have they?
Yeah, that is what makes me think like they have not gone like they did the Fatal Fury characters, but that's a long-standing like rivalry with SNK, and the franchises have crossed over many times before. Just dropping in Tifa does not seem like Capcom's style.
My statement was, has Capcom ever sniffed out a leak like that before? I don't think they ever have, ever.
Yeah,
I mean, not that we know about, but they could be sick of their shit leaking.
No,
they could be. They have.
We usually know when they do this because somebody gets caught holding the bag of "I told people." You know, like that happened with Nintendo multiple times now.
Yeah, but Nintendo also put out false information to find those people. Like that was that Star Fox Racing game we heard all about
and
for
that's
years.
what you're saying this is, right?
Yeah,
right. But Capcom's historically never once done that, is what I'm saying.
It feels like
we know about.
If we find out if it is that within a few months, like that, because we didn't know that was what was happening with Star Fox until a few months later.
Yeah, we heard about that for a while, and then it came out. No, that game was never real. It was a way for them to find out who was leaking their shit.
Right. So what I'm saying is company history. I would put more money on Tifa showing up in this than them doing that because they've never done that before, and they have gotten a little weird with.
How would we know if they've done it before?
Well, usually we'd have a game that shows
up.
Nintendo
did it before.
Fake. Yeah.
Yeah, but Nintendo, like, leakers told us that Nintendo did it.
Right. That's how you find these things out. They sniff out the person who's leaking information by giving them incorrect information. Then we all find out when they tell us the incorrect information.
I'm arguing that there's probably a lot of times we never found out and just never heard about that leak. That leak must have been wrong. Because they didn't publicize that they nuked somebody.
So you're assuming that Capcom has been doing this, and that's a more reasonable
I assume every gaming company is doing this whenever they have leakers. I assume every single one is doing it.
Sony don't give a fuck.
Sony doesn't have anything to leak. What fucking games are they shipping?
They're leaking all the time. Sony is the most leaked company of any of them. We know what they're doing 2 years in advance all the time. Right now is the least we know about them in forever.
And we still know about that God of War game that's allegedly early next year.
Yeah.
But I think Capcom has, like, fighting game reveals are such a huge part of their marketing. I could completely believe them cooking up some bullshit to catch the people. Because they keep telling FGC people, and FGC people are terrible about leaking shit.
Yeah, I think that the only thing that really would convince me this is a weird situation like that is two people having two different sets of characters.
Yeah, that's what makes me think that it's fake.
Yeah, that is.
God, I'm gonna be so exhausted if Tifa's being put.
I know, right?
What are you doing?
I'm so
Nobody's going to buy Rebirth because of this, you dipshits.
I even like Tifa a lot. She's probably one of my favorite characters you could have put in, but it's like I don't want that. I just don't.
I want Street Fighter characters or other Capcom characters or a new character they designed for Street Fighter.
Is it sad that I'm such a broken person and I'm just like, well, at least they got the Punch Girl for fucking Street Fighter.
I know. At least it's that. Like,
anyone else,
look what Tekken did.
Right. It
like Clive
doing.
and Noctis. It's like, what are you doing?
Why
Those
did
are
they
the
get
right
Noctis?
characters.
That's what I don't get.
Like, it would also be like, let's presume that they're like the last character of the next pass. So, like, what is it coming out on top of Remake 3? Like, is it late 2027? Early 2028? And then, so they're like, well, we can time it like that?
Man, I would actually be surprised if Remake 3 came out in late 2027. They
cranked that first one out 4 years after doing a PS5 version with the new content and through COVID. So I could easily see them getting the last one, especially since they implied it would be a smaller scope than Rebirth, out in 3.5.
So as in 1.5 years from now, because that would be the end of next year.
Yeah, 1.5 years from now.
I feel like I don't know.
Yeah,
my phrasing is I will be surprised if that comes out then. But that real quick, the season pass timing, Bob, you're more familiar with it than me. Does that sound correct to you? Like that number of characters would take that long to come out? A year and a half?
Yeah, these passes take forever to finish up.
Yeah, it takes like 3 or 4 months for them to get out characters now.
What's her name? Ingrid. Is she the last character of the set?
I think so. Yeah, because it was Sagat, Alex, Sea Viper, and then Ingrid. So she's last. That wasn't the order they came out in, but that was the 4.
It would
Right.
make a
And
lot of
so it lands in May sort of every time.
it would make a lot of sense for them specifically, Capcom, to specifically start doing this exact thing with Street Fighter, because they had the entire set, like the first 2 passes leaked entirely well in advance with
right.
100% accuracy. So from that angle, this does seem like the prime target, even though Resident Evil is constantly leaking too. I mean, again, we know the next 3 Resident Evil projects, don't we?
We do.
That's
Allegedly.
Yes, we do.
Which, you know,
But to be
it's
fair,
worth
all 3 of
noting,
them, the obvious things that were happening.
Yes, I was going to literally say, anyone who could form a pattern in their brain probably has a good idea.
Like, RE10 is coming out is not a leak. It's like, oh, they're making RE10?
No, that's
I didn't know
the
that.
least. That's the least interesting part. The more interesting part is that they would remake Zero and Code Veronica, because it's like
We heard about that a while back also.
yeah, because they leak like a sieve. Capcom leaks so much, but yeah,
Every company leaks so much now. It's impossible not to, with how huge teams are. But I don't know. I'm just gonna cope and hope that it's fake information. Because God, I'm so fucking sick of these. Fuck any crossover that is transparent marketing.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Like that's
Right.
not exciting. You just think I'm a mark.
Yeah. No, you don't need to.
Guess what? Even Fortnite isn't Fortnite even anymore. So maybe knock it off.
So you view Tifa being in Street Fighter 6 as marketing for 7 Remake 3, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, like there's no connection there.
Final Fantasy 7's the only Final Fantasy that exists for the rest of time. That's the fucking... They wanted to get a Final Fantasy or a Square Enix, so they got Punch Girl.
But they've never done that either. Like they did those Fatal Fury crossovers. With was a company that they've worked with a million times.
I'm just saying I don't find this completely impossible. That's all I'm saying.
I don't find it impossible, but I find it a marketing gimmick and pisses me off the exact way all those did.
Yeah.
Like once you do that, it's like, so are you going to make a character? So are you going to get any more characters like from your own thing, or are we going to have Negan in this now? Is the next season pass going to be fucking Negan, Omni-Man, Homelander, and the Tarnished from Elden Ring? Like what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, it would be, again, the idea would
Monster
be...
Hunter.
The idea would be they do a Capcom versus Capcom thing, right?
Yeah.
And then they just bring in other characters from other publishers there.
That would be
But
fine because that's a crossover game.
Right. But truly the most ideal thing is that we do anything with Final Fantasy other than 7. That's my number one sticking point.
Honestly,
this sure would be cool
I love
if
Final
it-
Fantasy VII.
I do
Depending
too.
on the day you ask me, it is in the top 3 games of all time for me.
Yeah.
After Remake 3 comes out, that Final Fantasy VII needs to go to sleep for 10, 15 years. Like,
That's
7
not-
characters can show up if you make a new Dissidia, but you better not do any other Final Fantasy VII projects
We're just...
until I'm dead.
You're going to die before 7 does. It's just going to keep coming back.
I don't think so.
I do.
I think this remake project is spending it all, like completely running down their balance of cultural cred.
I genuinely hope you're correct because my God, we are almost 30 years on from this game.
Yeah.
Remake, like Rebirth, didn't do nearly as well as Remake, and I think the third one will do better than Rebirth. But I don't think that looking at the sales of these games, I don't think Square's gonna go, man, Final Fantasy VII is such an amazing moneymaker. This was such a great idea. Let's do it more. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm curious if because they would normally announce this sort of pass in the summer, right, near Evo.
Yeah, they probably
that's
announce it
usually
at
how
Evo.
that goes.
Okay, so we'll know in like 2-3 months, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Is Evo isn't Evo in August? So it would be
It's
like
usually July.
Yeah, I thought it was July.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's
Yeah.
probably July then. I always get all
Or
there's like so
sometimes
many events in that chunk of the year. I always get them mixed up.
And sometimes they do announce at Summer of Gaming with Jeff Keighley instead. which is around June. So we're close. As soon as Ingrid comes out, we're basically teed up to find out.
Mm-hmm. Evo's in June this year. Oh. Right. Oh, wow. Summer of Gaming directly into that, huh? Interesting.
Nintendo and Sony could always fuck up the summer of gaming this year by doing some shit in May. Being like, we waited this long. We're not going to wait all the way till June. We don't give a shit. We do our own thing anyway. Fuck you. We don't have to pile it all on top of itself.
Uh-huh.
Didn't Nintendo not do one last year because they were waiting for the Switch 2?
I think so. It was something weird, right?
Oh no, the Switch 2 came out on top of the Summer of Gaming. So they didn't do one because they had already done some shit for the Switch 2 already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that's how that worked. I think maybe somebody can correct me. I don't think there was a Nintendo Direct in the Summer of Gaming this time though. Last year though.
I don't think there was. No. I don't think there was. Yeah,
anyway.
They had the Bonanza Direct. Anyways, Bob?
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced had a gigantic 30-minute presentation today. It comes out July 9th. So it's kind of close. It's completely remade version of the game on the newest version of Anvil, the in-house engine they use over Ubisoft. It looks pretty nice. They reworked the combat. You still have a lot of instant kills, and there's grapple hook and stuff like that. That's parkour they showed had more moves in it, so you can get around more easily. You can actually crouch wherever you want, so you can do stealth a bit better. And tailing missions no longer cause an instant failure if you're spotted.
Is this Assassin's Creed?
I don't know.
I'm really glad that rumor, which I did not believe in, for the record, I did not actually believe they would do this, of them adding in the RPG shit was not real.
That would be so insane.
Yeah, they explicitly said it's not an RPG.
That's
on the other hand, this makes me wonder, like, why did it take you 6 years?
We completely remade the game. I don't know why, but we completely remade the game.
Did it take that long?
We heard about this fucking thing forever.
I thought we heard about this right after Skull and Bones came out. They're like, by the way,
no. We heard about that shit years ago. Like, it is rumblings, like they're making a remake of that one. Like, it was way before Skull and Bones came out. Like, it sounded like they had given up on Skull and Bones before it was even out and decided to do this.
I see.
They add some new crew members that have extra missions and give you new abilities for the ship. You can have a pet for your ship, so like a cat or a monkey sits on the deck next to you. They are taking out the multiplayer in the DLC. Like, none of that.
And all the present day stuff, I hear.
Yeah, they were really... That one already had a weird way it interacted with the present day stuff. And they said they're changing that to be less. That stuff was weird. That was the first one they did where it's like, you aren't really a character. You're a guy in first person walking around Abstergo Institute. And you don't have any real story. It was weird.
And still, it feels insulting to even remove that level of it.
It does.
So this is my this is my horrible trivia for Assassin's Creed for tonight. In Origins, they started to do the modern day stuff again. The story is that the stuff that happens in the modern day plot in Origins happened because Jeremy Irons was killed in the movie. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like the Templars got all knocked out of organization because Jeremy Irons was killed by Magneto.
Holy shit.
What?
That's a little insane.
That was relevant?
Multimedia franchises are a scourge, man.
They are.
We need to go back in time and slap every nerd who was like, I wish it was all connected. It's like, no, you don't. You don't fucking want that at all.
Nothing good comes from that. Cool thing, this game is only $60.
Wow.
I know it's a remake of an old game, but I still expected them to charge $70 because Ubisoft is insane.
That's fair.
It is a little sad that they're removing the DLC because most of that DLC was multiplayer related, but there was a DLC called, I think, Freedom's Cry, where you played as like a black dude getting his
That was
freedom.
standalone, I think. It was from that era where they were doing standalone like DLC.
That's true, but it was still connected to this.
Huh.
Yeah, maybe that'll be a thing they try to sell you in a year.
Right. And there's also going to be a $200 collection edition where you get a statue of the main character, Edward.
Okay.
Maybe it's a good statue.
It looked
Maybe.
okay. It looked
Maybe.
okay.
I wanted to cover this because this slipped past us. I don't think. Yeah, I'm double checking Chris's news. Yeah. Nagoshi Studios just deleted their entire YouTube channel and trailers of Gang of Dragon.
Oof.
That shit's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we couldn't find anyone else to take up the.
Or like they, as part of the deal, they have to like change their marketing structure. Like now it's offline till whoever bought it.
Yeah, I guess
sets
you can still
up, but
hope for that.
I'm it's gone. It's fucking over.
Yeah, that
Fucking
sucks.
NetEase.
Yeah, fucking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sucks.
Hey, Sony! Sony!
That would certainly
If
be
you were
something that would
awake
get
at
them some
all,
good PR.
Right? That's
Right.
good PR. You get another exclusive.
Man, I'd
for
even
the
take
love of fuck.
Microsoft.
In your wheelhouse of games that you do.
Yes,
Like, that's
like, hey,
definitely
hey,
a thing.
Asher Sharma.
Perfectly.
Hey, Asha Sharma, why don't you do it? You seem to be trying to build Xbox's goodwill again.
Ugh. Okay, let's move on to other news, Bob.
Echo the Dolphin Complete was announced.
Nope.
It concludes all versions of Echo the Dolphin and Echo the Tides of Time, as well as a new Echo game that extends the journey into the modern era.
I'm sorry, what?
Are you gonna give Echo microplastics power? How are you extending it into the modern era?
Yes, we make new games.
Also,
this is
fuck
how
you, you don't
AI
have-
tells me to write about that.
Okay.
Fuck you, you're not including fucking Defender of the Future? Go fuck yourself.
Also, what about Echo Jr., motherfucker? See?
But it's okay, everyone. It has built-in speedrun support, achievements, and leaderboards. Are you not happy?
That's wow. So does Dragon's Lair. Anyway, yeah, no, it's not complete. You don't got Echo Jr. Shut the fuck up. You don't got the other.
Yeah, I
Echo
hate it
game.
when
Fuck off.
these companies do these collections. I'm like, but not that one though. It's like, but then it's not a collection.
Hey, Bob. Random point.
Hey,
You know, we forgot to bring up during our The Wrath of Cortex discussion that was made by Traveler's Tales, and that the director was really pissed when Crash 4 got announced as being the fourth Crash game, and made a joke about being the fourth Crash game, and that's the game he thinks should be forever referred to as the fourth Crash game. Insane.
What a masterpiece.
Christ. Jesus. Anyway, let's keep moving. I found this next bit of news like the most interesting of the week.
Toei establishes Toei Games. It's an in-house game publishing brand, and it's focused on new IPs. So this is not going to be them like releasing things based on their Toei anime or anything. It's exclusively new IPs, which is crazy.
That's fucking weird.
I guess any new IP coming out of it will also have a Toei anime.
That's a very...
It's possible, yeah.
It's a very strange move.
It's funny if this is just their way of like sneaking away from Bandai Namco without breaking any current contracts. My God. The Elden Ring live action film premieres March 3rd, 2028, allegedly.
Why?
And they announced the full cast.
Why is
this
Nick Offerman on this list?
Is he really?
Why do you have Nick Offerman in the Why are you making an Elden Ring movie?
Because that's the one that has a big name writer attached to it.
Just
in its old vest.
It's fucking Elden Ring. How? Why? You
It's
can't
don't have the Dung Eater. The Dung Eater's going to be in it.
First we Elden,
then
we ring.
This is A24, so they normally put out good movies, right?
Maybe.
So maybe this will be good.
Okay.
It has Peter Serafinowicz, so that's exciting. Make him the main character.
Oh, that would be fantastic. It would be so bizarre.
I don't see how you film an Elden Ring movie.
You film a Lord of the Rings movie.
You couldn't explain Elden Ring's shit in a 2-hour movie. Like any of it.
Okay, so here's my counterpoint, and I think this is really important and everyone should consider it. Maybe a film should stop feeling like it has to explain shit.
Yeah, what if it's just 2 hours of a dude wandering around New Zealand? I'd love that.
That would be the best case scenario.
The other day I was thinking about wizards, and I was like, God damn, we should get back to that.
But this has so many fucking actors attached. Like, that's scary to me. It's like, how many characters do you need in an Elden Ring movie?
Yeah, somebody was saying this is a $100 million budget, which makes it their largest film ever.
Whoa. What are the odds it's an isekai?
Shut up. Are you fucking serious, chat? Is this image for real? Are we real? Is this the first picture of the dung eater from the set? Are you fucking... Get out of here. He looks so sad.
Yeah, it seems we got set photos, and from it looked like there was a lot of like characters, like big important characters from like the backstory of Elden Ring in it. It's like, that's a lot to do in a movie.
It's like, a lot to do well in a movie.
It's like an anime compilation movie.
But I also think a Zelda movie is incredibly difficult. So we'll have to see how that goes before I issue any serious premonitions on this one.
A Zelda movie's so much easier, in my opinion, because Zelda games have structures
in
a way that's very numbers based, whereas Elden Ring's like, it's a huge fucking place and shit happens in a couple parts. There's a lot of guys, they're doing shit. You could do some of that, and they're like, our cast is everyone. Okay, well, I guess now they're doing shit really close to each other really quickly. But yeah, no, I absolutely adore that Peter Serafinowicz is in this. Always great to see Peter and stuff. We're on a first name basis, Peter and I.
Obviously.
Hey, remember when he was gonna be Darth Maul in the movie, and then he wasn't? They're like, we're going with this other guy's voice. Fuck you.
Oh God!
And then eventually he voiced it in the animated series in order to sort of compensate for that. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Peter's got a really interesting career. We talk about it all the time over dinner.
Anyways, there's a bunch of other names attached, but I don't think we need to read all of them unless you want me to.
I mean, honestly, we hit the highlights of Peter Serafinowicz and fucking Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on, Bob.
All right, and I got one little piece of news. Neo 3 is doing an update April 27th, adds new high difficulty battle scrolls to get you new abilities. So that's exciting. That game actually already felt really done, so it's cool to just be like, here's a little extra.
That's cool.
And that's it for my news.
Let's see. Wait, did he actually voice Darth Maul in the movie? They credit him on IMDb for actually voicing him in the movie.
Yeah, I thought he did in the movie.
I thought they recast him.
Yeah, I think he did
in the movie.
Yeah, because it was the thing of like that. I see things listed as his most famous role. I'm like, really? Okay.
I mean,
I technically I get it, but
right?
I'm like,
he's Darth fucking Maul. No, his biggest role in the movie is Battle Droid Commander. Hey, Roger. Hey, Chris, we're coming to you for your news.
Game Pass will no longer have Call of Duty Day 1. It will be there after 1 full year.
That's so funny. They did it once and got his tummy ache.
Twice.
Like,
they did it twice. They got it out twice.
That's how much it hasn't mattered to me.
Wait. Did they get it out twice? I thought
I'm pretty sure 2024 was the first one.
I thought the whole point was last year was the only COD they shipped. on Game Pass.
I thought it was too. But...
Yeah, it totally is.
Let me check.
Yeah. Because it was this huge thing.
Okay,
of,
no,
like,
2024's Black Ops 6 was the first game in the series to launch on Game Pass day one.
So they got one.
It was just they were both Black Ops.
They got one remotely done game.
I don't know. That was the one where they had you doing zombie shit in the middle of the campaign, wasn't it? So I wouldn't say that was fucking done.
Compared to this year, it is a fully baked cake.
Yeah.
But they are, as a result, they are price cutting Game Pass Ultimate from $30 a month to merely $23, which for the record is still $3 a month more than it was after the second Call of Duty price hike. They did 2. Reminder, It went from 15 to 20 and then 20 to 30. So it didn't even completely undo the second price hike.
I'm really sorry, Microsoft. $23, unfortunately, is $30.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's true.
Real quick, I did want to point out something interesting about this. Something that tells you something about Microsoft. Notice how Asha Sharma said a thing and then a thing happened?
Uh-huh.
Weird.
Yeah, that's nothing like Phil Spencer.
That's
nothing
crazy.
like Phil Spencer. That motherfucker
things are
said
actually
some
moving
shit
over there
about the Xbox emulating any game you wanted from the back catalog 5 years ago.
Like, there was a thing in this Game Pass news. Well, no, it wasn't in the Game Pass news. It was in the subsequent roadmap they talked about internally that leaked. PC's going from $16.50 a month to $14, by the way.
Oh, wow.
So it also got price cut a little bit. Where they said, we need to make Game Pass sustainable. So I never want to hear anybody insisting it was up to this point ever again. They admitted it in an officially inside Xbox document saying Xbox, like Game Pass has to be something that's sustainable.
Let me tell
and
you.
profitable.
Let me tell you.
We've had years of people yelling when that sort of terminology is used.
Oh, let me tell you, all those people have changed their personalities entirely. They don't admit ever saying that. They don't remember saying that. That's not them. That's some other person. They're a new person. That's how all these people are. I guarantee it. None of them are drinking the punch anymore. None of them ever remember saying anything about sustainability. It's just Jez Corden. Everyone else just went, oh shit, put this down and walked away.
Right. There's so many of them that were like, it doesn't matter if it's sustainable. Why do you even care if it's sustainable? I think it's cool. I get such a good deal. It's like, it's not a good deal though. What are you talking about? You're insane.
So this is the internal document that was sent to Xbox employees globally, titled "We Are Xbox." I'm just going to read the bullet points. Players are frustrated. Our console experience is bad. We haven't given you enough features in the box. Our presence on PC is bad. Pricing is too high. Core experiences like search, discovery, social, and personalization are not good enough. Developers and publishers are asking for more, and we need to give it to them. People are coming in, like new players have new expectations. Their time is spent everywhere in the world. We have to do better to keep their attention. Buzzword. The model that got us here won't be the one that takes us forward. Yeah, because it was taking you into a coffin.
Yeah. A very
and
quick
still
one.
Might.
Reminder, we could have told you all this shit for free 5 years ago. And did.
All it took is for somebody to actually look. Like Simon Nadella never looked.
Phil was on vacation. He did not care.
I'm now completely convinced that he just wasn't doing shit. Like he was he got that job through nepotism, and he was just going to keep it as long as humanly possible until finally he got shoved out. Xbox will be where the world plays and creates. We'll build a global platform, blah, 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 blah. Console will be experienced. Xbox will be built to be affordable, personal, and open. We will offer, this is a scary sentence, we will offer flexible pricing so it's easy to get started and keep playing, which makes me think that they're doing going to do some kind of fucking payment plan. That's not very good. The experience will adapt to you, letting you customize how you play and helping you find what you love, and will be open to all creators, blah, blah, blah. Our new North Star will be daily active players. We will execute this through 4 priorities: hardware, content, experiences, and services. So hardware, stabilize Gen 9. I don't know what internal Xbox project that is, as a healthy and high quality base. Deliver Project Helix to lead in performance and play your console and PC games.
I think
lead in high performance accessories, build a strong ecosystem that expands choice and reach.
I think their internal numbering is correct with like common terminology. So Gen 9 would be this gen.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're certainly not going to be stabilizing that as anything. It's over.
Yeah, it's fucking over.
That's over.
Content, grow and extend an enduring portfolio of franchises players love, evolve our third-party partnerships and strengthen our 5-year slate, expand into China. That's not happening. Emerging markets, not going to happen. Mobile-first audiences, nope. Maintain and grow in live games and long-term stewardship, elevate creator-centric platforms like Minecraft. I wouldn't really say that's what that Minecraft is. The Elder Scrolls, I wouldn't really say that's what that is. And Sea of Thieves, which again, I would not say that's what any of those are. I guess they mean like Minecraft is like you described, a game where you are creative, a game that has a lot of a big modding scene, and a game I guess people make content about.
Yeah, I think that's very what creator-centric might mean in this context.
Streamer. Yeah, maybe it is just streamers.
Are there a lot? Is there a big Elder Scrolls streamer audience? Like group?
VTubers play it.
Okay. Experience. Fix the fundamentals for players and partners. Make Xbox the best place for developers and creators to build and grow. Overhaul discovery, customization, social, and personalization to connect to the community. Services. Fortify Game Pass with... This is the exact thing I was talking about. Fortify Game Pass with clear differentiation and sustainable economics. Return the business to durable growth with strong cost discipline. Make cloud play feel native, fast, and reliable across TVs and low-cost devices. What? Literally impossible. Physically impossible. Use M&A to deliberately accelerate growth where organic paths are too. I don't know what M&A is.
NMA.
M&A.
Mergers and acquisitions.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm sure she thinks they'll be doing that. I don't think Satya Nadella is going to be cutting any more checks for that.
I hope not, but, ooh.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be cutting.
God, I hope not. God, I hope not.
None of their ones have worked out. I don't see the point of doing more. Like Bethesda fucking was not good for them, and neither was Activision.
No, none of it's good for them. It's true.
No.
Along the way, we will reevaluate our approach to exclusivity, windowing, and AI, and share more as we learn and decide. Which says to me that she's aware that talking about AI is bad. But like, if you think you're gonna backpedal on that multi-platform shit, like it's too late. Once that genie is out of the bottle, you can't put it back in. Like, she talks a big game, but until we see anything, I'm just gonna call this just things to like comfort the family as the person bleeds out.
Yeah, that's a mission statement, not a plan yet.
Because like at the core, at the end of the day, they have no more audience. They lost it all. And the tiny audience they do have doesn't buy games. So like the bare minimum they would have to do is just take a bath on Project Helix. Like they'd have to come out here and be like, it costs exactly as much as a PS5. Like they'd have to eat shit on the hardware to even have a chance, and they're not going to do that.
Which that used to happen. We used to have companies competing. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, really eating shit. They're going to have to take like a $400 loss on each box.
I mean, here's the thing, though. They used to actually lose a couple hundo on the original Xbox, which relative to its price would work out, scale-wise about the same.
And like if they get somebody onto Game Pass, they easily make that back over a console lifespan. But they're not going to have online play anymore. So, like,
or they will if you're in game mode and not if you're not, like we were talking about last month.
They said they're not. Like they've said that pretty consistently talking about this box. It's like you will not have to pay for online play.
I think the thing that leaked during GDC was talking about there are the two modes. And in the PC mode, you don't have to pay for multiplayer, but in the game mode, which is the Xbox mode, where you get a little bit of a hardware spec boost because you don't have to run Windows, it sounded like they were still planning on doing that, which is not a good strategy.
Yeah, that's terrible. Like they're so stupid. Whatever. We'll see what
sense.
my first big test is what the backwards compatibility thing they teased is. Like if it's actually them adding more games, okay, you get a little bit of credibility now. If it's cloud-based, no. If it's AI powered, no.
We trained an AI model on Tony Hawk Pro Skater Underground 2, and all it does is say slurs.
And then in sort of Xbox news, Discord Nitro is going to include a new Game Pass Starter Edition, according to a leak. Access to 50+ games, including Stardew Valley, everybody owns that. Fallout 4, everybody who wants to own that owns that. And Grounded, which nobody wants to begin with. Man, how insane would it be if the merger and acquisition was like, we're buying Discord?
That seems it would be right up their alley.
It feels like they keep trying to do that sort of thing, so I wouldn't be surprised.
We fucked up Skype, now we can fuck up Discord.
We fucked up Skype and Teams sucks, so now we can fuck up Discord.
Enjoy using Stoat.
Using what? What was that?
That's the Discord. That's the open source Discord competitor, Stoat.
Wow. The amount of please no, I hope they fucking aren't in chat right now.
I think Gamers Next have put out a video of a bunch of Discord competitors to look into.
And it was a very interesting and compelling video, but it's also so comprehensive. And by the time I need to make a decision on this, things will change.
Oh, yeah.
That's the sad part. Anyway, I think that was it.
We have the ID at Xbox showcase that happened.
Oh, yeah, we did.
A lot of these games are coming to Game Pass. Not that you even care.
I mean,
correct.
I don't have Game Pass.
That's $23 a month. I might as well buy the games at that point.
Yeah, these are all indie games that are less than $23.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. They opened on There Are No Ghosts at the Grand, a musical Lovecraftian renovator. We've seen this a few other times. It looks kind of neat. You play as a repairman / person who inherited a hotel that you're redecorating and fixing up during the day, and then at night you hunt for ghosts in this spooky town, and you have a talking cat, and your repair tools talk to you too. And it looks pretty charming, honestly. Could be cool. Then they moved on to Vapor World, Over the Mind, which looked a lot like Salt and Sanctuary, but Bloodborne. The demo comes out in June. I think it looks pretty neat. It's cool to see a dark Salt and Sanctuary looking game, but there's like color. Mistfall Hunter is a dark fantasy PvPvE extraction melee combat game. Yeah. Star Seeker Astroneer Expeditions. I don't know what this is. It kind of might be Minecraft in space, but multiplayer. I don't know. It's open beta in April. Aphelion. It's a new game from Don't Nod, where you're stuck on an alien planet, and you're sucked by some creepy dark energy based alien. It looks neat. Lofsong. Lofsong? Lofsong. It's an isometric puzzle platform adventure game. It looks kind of like you have the dune surfing stuff from Journey. Albion Online had a new trailer. It's all live action and funny. It's out today on Xbox. That's that game that is not
Fantasy
Fable.
Sandbox MMO. Oh, this came out in 2021.
Really?
No, this came out in 2017.
What?
But now
Is
it's
there
on Xbox.
Yeah, it's just a port to Xbox.
Okay.
Vampire Crawlers had a trailer basically saying, hey, we're out. Go buy us. Echo Generation 2, out May 27th. This is a turn-based game with voxel art that's going for like a weird cartoony look. It looks pretty neat. One of your party members is literally Gremlin from Gremlins.
Huh.
Tears of Metal is a roguelike hack and slash action game. We've seen it a few times. I think it's like you play as Scottish dude or something.
Mm-hmm.
Crash Out Crew is Friend Slop forklift game. That's everything right there. RV There Yet? Like,
Nah.
what are RV? The trailer was just a slow-mo video of a RV crashing, played to dramatic music of like some woman singing about Italian food.
This is also a friend slop game for the record.
And that makes sense because the trailer told me literally nothing. So of course it's Friend Slop. Escape Academy 2 is coming out day one on Game Pass. That's an escape room game set in an academy. Totopia. That's Fall Guys inspired, but also anime looking. It has 2D gameplay segments, and you build your own house. And it kind of feels like someone just like put everything in we can in this game.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Like, I liked Fall Guys. I would like a version of Fall Guys without aesthetics I found completely hideous.
Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive is getting a story update with Jeju Island.
Oh man, that arc is so great because it's just a ripoff of the Chimera ants from Hunter x Hunter. And like
For some reason,
80%
I just knew it would be that.
and like for like 80% of it is just Jinwoo like aura farming on top of a building while everybody else dies on the island because he didn't go. And then when he decides to show up, he like solves it immediately because he's the strongest man who ever lived.
Hell.
Cool.
Deep Dish Dungeon is a multiplayer adventure like dungeon exploring game where you eat stuff from the dungeon. It affects your stats. I have no idea what anime they watched.
No, me neither. Very cool.
Air bats.
Probably that one, yeah.
Good choice.
Bistro.
Like a beast, but like a bistro?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because he plays a furry chef
Ooh.
in a fantasy world. And he make dishes, and that powers up the adventures, and then they go out and do the adventure, and you get to watch that play out in like paper puppets.
Oh, and it's a deck builder.
Yeah, of course. Actually, I think the adventure part, the deck builder, and the cooking looks like it's more normal mini games. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, I think that is indeed the case.
In Kobeni is out April 30th.
Cool.
We've been seeing this game for months, and there still has not been a dark twist.
Okay.
That's surprising.
For people who don't know, that's the Konbini simulator, as in Japanese convenience store, right? In Konbini.
You organize the shelves and talk to people.
Cool.
Kalanora? I think that is this. It's
Or
an isometric.
Kalanoro, yeah.
Yeah, it's no at the end. It's an isometric 3D platformer / action game where you play as this weird little elf creature that's like got either their body is covered in fur or they just have a poncho made of fur. It's kind of unclear.
Huh.
It looks neat. It looks kind of cute.
Okay, I need to show you the mental image that's in my head when you say it has hair that forms a poncho.
That's not Captain Caveman.
Oh yeah, I guess it would be. It is actually pretty Captain Caveman core. I was thinking like Cousin It, but it has less hair than Cousin It.
Ah.
Can see your face. Speedrunners 2, King of Speed. That's out in July. It's a side-scrolling, like multiplayer platformer racing game. I feel like we've been seeing this for years. Maybe I'm just thinking Speedrunners 1. Golf with Your Friends 2 is coming in fall. It's
Okay.
French slap, I think.
Golf
Screenbound. Was that
golf slop?
golf slop? You know it. No one actually likes golf.
No. What genre is this? Golf. Fuck off.
Screenbound is a game we saw a while ago. You play a 3D platformer from first person, but you're holding a Game Boy.
Yeah.
On the Game Boy screen, you do 2D platforming too.
Yeah.
It looks neat. I have no idea how it's actually gonna play.
Do they have any announcement about a release date or anything else? Do we?
I didn't see anything like that here.
So that game is Screenbound. Yeah, we've been hearing about this game forever, and I've been really interested. Still nothing. No date.
Nothing.
Oh my god! Please come out.
That was the whole show. This was hosted by IGN host, which is very weird, and they had lots of bad jokes.
Great. Steam tells me that Screenbound is most like Sonic Mania and Mega Man 11.
Let's see what it says about me.
Yeah, you should go check out what Screenbound is to you. Oh, I just noticed something that's terrible. Here's the header image for Screenbound. Now, I know I've been through a lot in the last couple weeks, and I don't know how many people are joining me on this journey of having been through a lot in the last couple weeks, but I got a glance at the creature in the middle, and it was very small because it's the header image, and I just...
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone else...
I believe that you have the power.
Did...
It's like, is this how Moonchild? It's Moonchild.
It's Moonchild. Hey, look at it. Look at it. I'm not insane.
It tells me, Steam tells me it's similar to Rivals of Aether 2.
No, it isn't.
It is not.
I'm sorry, this text on the box for fucking Moonchild. In another time, in another place, a green elf is sent by the moon to protect the planet Utopia. They call him Moonchild. Danger threatens. One night. And then it just ends. That's it. That's the end of the fucking text. What the fuck?
One night.
One night.
I guess that the game takes place all in one night.
Wow, that's scary as shit. You really got me sold on your fucking game. One night. This night is true. But that's it for In an Xbox with the IGN hosts. They didn't used to do that, right? They didn't used to have IGN host it, right?
I don't think so, but the IGN has been sponsoring it for a while, but I don't think that they had hosts from it, because it's like that. The main host was the lady who shows up during the Game Awards. That's like the co-host for Jeff.
Coming up this weekend, Chris Wolfhart is going to be playing some sort of retro game. Is that right?
That is correct.
And tomorrow, Bob and I will be playing Moonchild. Whoa, ho, ho. Which has gotten a source port to Mac, Windows, and browser. So you can play Moonchild on GitHub. You can play it just directly in the window on well, it's technically on itch.io, but when you go to download it, it takes you to GitHub. But the itch.io thing is what has the browser playable version. Please be excited. This is possibly the most Amiga Core game Bob and I ever beaten since Block.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be rough. I think.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, like I feel like it's gonna be like, wow, those memes were delightful. Nobody should ever play it.
Yeah, which is how I feel about most every Amiga game.
Okay, so I need you to know that I've played the first level of it, and it already did a thing I don't think I've seen a platformer ever do before.
Oh, that's exciting.
In level 1.
Yeah, they said it's a new exciting adventure, and they were right.
It's true.
The rumors were true.
The rumors were true. Also, Bob, you know what I remembered in the last couple of days that I got upset about again? So you know how I constantly go, Rare made some pretty good NES games. You know, they made Iron Sword.
Okay.
No, they didn't.
No?
You know who made Iron Sword under contract from Rare, who licensed it out for someone else to make it?
Who?
The people who made Plock. They were running a studio called Zippo, and they made Iron Sword. The same people who made Plock made Iron Sword. And they also made Wetrix. They've always been there.
You can't escape Plock.
God. Anyway, kind of embarrassing.
We should be glad that their attempt to mind dominate Shigeru Miyamoto did not work out.
Yes.
You know, we didn't. Speaking of that, he said that he hoped that the Peach's backstory from the movie would be put into the game, and also seemed to be deep, like kind of seething that the Mario Galaxy movie did not perform better with critics than the first one.
I don't even think that's the funny part, because so the exact quote is that he goes into explaining, like, you know, there were some criticisms of the first movie which I think were pretty fair, and we worked on that in the second movie, but then people still didn't like the second movie, which was weird because, and I quote, he said, "We're trying to save cinema."
Yes.
And they're standing on the sides and they just don't care. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Now, be fair, I did see a couple freelance translators be like, I had to go make sure that's what he said. And most of them were like, I would have used the term liven up film, not revitalize.
Yeah, okay, I could see that mistake.
Yeah, but both of those are kind of fucking wild takes for the movie I saw in theaters, Super Mario Galaxy.
Well, yeah, he's trying to liven up. He's trying to liven up cinema by not having a story and just having visual stimuli.
Which, you know, if the MCU was at least operating on that level, that would be an improvement.
Yeah, no,
my God.
I guess it was.
We haven't brought this up on Big Think once, but they announced that edition of Endgame that's coming out again with new scenes that are canon and important and tied into the next film.
That's so funny.
Fuck them.
That's just
fuck them. You don't get to do that shit. It's
fucking fake. They're full of shit. That's just a method to get you back
I don't
into
care.
the theater.
I don't care if it's not true. They're saying it's true. Fuck them.
So, Bob, are you excited to yet again be the only two people on this podcast who are going to see the new one in theaters and be like, okay, we have to explain the plot? I
will go see Doomsday.
Oh, you've changed your mind.
I will not watch any other MCU movie I haven't seen. The last MCU movie I saw was Winter Soldier.
Wait, you didn't even see Endgame?
No. I stopped caring.
But that means you're perfect. You get to experience the new version of Endgame.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost tempted to go see The Mandalorian and Grogu as someone who watched none of those shows.
That's probably a great ride.
Probably.
It's like, how approachable is it for me, someone who didn't watch any of that shit?
I'm so apparently our podcast is now me, you, and Chris have to explain the plot of Doomsday to Aggro.
Give it a shot.
We're going to have Justice Egg do the reverse of the Star Wars Episode 9 thing, where there was the arrow and it's like his first time seeing it with an arrow to Aggro, and then this time it'll just say he didn't see it. Man.
If they put this on directly on streaming or something and not back in theaters for Endgame updated, I would watch it again. I don't know about paying the theater price.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to go see fucking Endgame Alpha Turbo.
Here's the thing. When did Endgame come out? 7 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Under normal circumstances, I could never condone someone doing this, but in my head, I can't get rid of how funny it is that Bob and I have not seen that movie in 7 years. And if we go to a theater and then record a podcast where we go, can we figure out what was new? That's an enormously funny piece of content.
I assume it'll be a post-credit scene, so it'll be obvious.
I don't know. The way they worded it sounded like they'll be integral things. They could put that anywhere. They could just weave it in.
They're gonna have Captain Joe Biden be like, actually, I'm gonna go back in time again and stop being old. And then we'll be like, oh, that was new.
We could see a reverse shot where someone ages 6 years, and obviously.
Just like that Versus cut.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so incredible.
Yeah, Captain America's gonna be like, Iron Man, I'm glad you're taking this head on, but I know you need backup. I've sent you a landmaster. Don't be mad, Iron Man. I don't know why he's geriatric before the fight with Thanos. He jumped in the time portal too soon. Yeah, no. I think that's enormously funny. No human should go to a theater to watch this.
No,
I'm so curious to see how Doomsday will do. It so obviously stinks of desperation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, will it be as successful as Endgame? Will it be successful but not as successful as like the previous Avenger of the big money Marvel movies that made them insane? Like, will people outside of America be like, fuck America and all your superheroes right now? Fuck you? Go to hell.
Yeah, no. As it turns out, being globally recognized as not the absolute fucking scum that the U.S. government is pretty beneficial to businesses in America trying to export our culture.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna especially since they're about to be owned by fucking Larry Ellison. But I just see them like sending James Gunn to the chair because all these Superman movies are like covered in anti-American sentiment now, and like none of them do good at all. But like a sane manager would understand that when Supergirl makes no money,
right?
But expecting executives to be able to perceive obvious things is a big ask for them.
Mm-hmm.
So Bob, we're not watching it in theaters.
I'll watch it in theaters. I would do it. Okay. I shouldn't, but I will do it.
It's way too funny a podcast idea. And then we stick that up on the Patreon, and it's like it's for patrons.
I'm not doing that one. I'm only signing on for Doomsday because I don't want to have any idea of any of those arcs. Like, is what I picked up through cultural osmosis enough?
You know what this fits perfectly into, though, Bob? Chris not getting caught up, Aggro not even watching Doomsday, and us having to recap both the movies Chris missed, and the movie that Aggro literally is on a podcast for and didn't see, Doomsday. You know what? That perfectly lines all of this up for. You and me to do the MCU initiative. It's time. It's time, Bob.
Finally,
for our terrible plan where you and I have to watch an entire phase at a time and then try to talk about it cogently into microphones.
So we never got an opportunity to do this. So I had a really funny idea for an MCU podcast a while back.
Oh yeah,
where you get two people. They watch the movie. 2 people and a guest every episode.
Yeah.
The two persistent hosts get to rate the movie 1 to 10. Then that score gets averaged, and the guest gets to either add or deduct up to 2 points.
Oh wow!
And that's the score it has forever in the canon.
We were kicking around like how we would do a number of different podcast series, and an MCU one was one of them. And then there was an MCU podcast made by a friend, and I was like, okay, we shouldn't do that then, and we moved away until I started thinking this deranged idea where Bob and I have to watch way too many of these in way too few of sittings, and then try to cogently say anything about individual movies. Because it's like, good luck.
I feel like it'd be easy for the first couple phases, but then they would all become the same movie, and it would become impossible.
Yeah, I need to see the phase split again.
It's like, what? Okay, so Civil War is different from Avengers, but indifferent from the Spider-Man movie, but and the Spider-Man movie is different than Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. And I remember Shang-Chi, that's the one where he's an incel, but I don't know, where am I?
I think it's fucking insane that looking this up, you don't just like maybe I'm missing it on Wikipedia, but Wikipedia doesn't seem to have like here's the obvious splits and phases and what movies go.
If you look down at like the pop out thing at the bottom of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it will list the movies by phase.
Okay, one moment. I'm not finding it. Can you link me? Oh, wait. Maybe if I click this. Yes. Okay, I got it. Yeah, phase one's easy. It's Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, The Avengers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Phase 2's still pretty normal. Iron Man 3, Thor, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, Age of Ultron, and Ant-Man. We're still saying it's fine. Then we get to phase 3, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Endgame, and Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh man, I still haven't watched Captain Marvel somehow. They've tried so hard. They said that I need to watch that before Endgame. I just didn't.
Just to be clear, Bob, this project I'm talking about, this theoretical thing we do, is the only way I will ever watch Captain Marvel.
Fair. I don't even have a strong interest.
Do we need to do a podcast so you and Bob will watch Woman film?
I mean, it would be funny to have our short run podcast series, Woman Film, where we watch films about women, and it's just fucking superhero women films.
Yes.
So it's Captain Marvel. Oh, we would have to watch it. We would have to watch the Marvels again.
Oh,
God.
Yeah, that's rough.
I don't know about this anymore.
There's only 2 Wonder Woman movies, right?
Oh man, we would have to watch Black Widow again too.
Oh no!
God damn it, dude.
I
also have to watch
one,
Madame
though.
Web
That would be the
again.
best one.
Oh, and we would have to watch Madame Web again. Oh, we're rewatching too many. But you think Black Widow is going to be the best out of all these?
I'm sorry. For some reason, when you said Black Widow, I thought Madame Web, and that will be the best one.
Oh my God.
That would be deeply condemning to both WB and Disney if it's like, yeah, Madame Web is better than all your shit.
It really would.
I mean, she has the superpower that lets a car land on things. Then you get to phase 4, which is Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange 2, Thor Love and Thunder, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, phase 5, which is Quantumania again, Guardians Volume 3, The Marvels, Deadpool, Wolverine, Captain America, Brave New World, and Thunderbolts. God, I will really be regretting this by the time we
these are
finish phase 5.
so
That'd be
much.
really painful. I even think Deadpool and Wolverine is so painful because there's just so much of Ryan Reynolds looking at the camera and being like, "You see that, virgin geeks? We're doing every single thing you want."
It's kind of funny once. I don't know how much I would appreciate it a second fucking time.
Am I crazy or did we end the podcast 15 minutes ago?
Aggro, you're dead.
Are we still live?
No, you're in hell, Aggro. Aggro, this is what you got for.
I am listening to people list every Marvel movie that exists.
Yes.
Aggro, we simply can't end the podcast before 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. It's fucking impossible. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe Bob and I will go to a fucking theater and see this movie. Which one's Endgame? Endgame is the one where they time travel, right?
Yeah, that's the last one anyone
Okay,
cares about. Yeah.
what is the one before that
Infinity
called?
War.
Yes.
Infinity War. Okay.
Which we watched that kind of recently because it showed up on TV when we were in.
Oh my God! In DC, yeah.
In DC, yeah, for Big Fest.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I forgot that was Infinity War. Wow,
Right.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Endgame's way better.
I hope.
Nah,
I hope
Endgame's
going back
funny.
will be better.
Endgame's great in comparison. I think that's funny. I was confused when people were mad. They're like, but it doesn't have any of the things I really love in Infinity War. And I'm like, people on a giant field screaming and running? Because it had a little bit of that. It didn't have 30 fucking minutes of it. Is that what? Do you hate portals? What do you... I don't know. I guess we're going to have to... Maybe I'll reassess some thoughts on this theoretical podcast.
It was really funny. I finished watching My Hero Academia because they finally finished that anime.
Uh-huh.
Near the final arc, they do one of the portal moments like in Endgame, and I was like, Jesus, of course you would do this. Where everyone just comes out of a portal at
Holy God.
an epic moment.
Holy God. Okay. That's awesome. Hey, Aggro.
Uh-huh.
It's 11 now.
So it is.
Thank you very much for listening to this episode of Big Thing to Mention. There's a car passing by, so I'm going to be quiet for a moment. And then I'm going to talk about how this is only possible because of you and your support over at patreon.com/gbpodcast, where you're going to get a review of John Wick 4 soon. Closing out our Blessed Blondet Blub reviews of John Wick's. And oh my God, sometime soon you'll get a Blessed Blondet Blub that isn't a martial arts film? That's weird. Patreon.com/gbpodcast.